I'm an artist, get me out of here. You could at least smash that thumbs up button. I like to add some colour to my knobs. Just so I can get some better reception. Oh no. It might be a good time to start the stream.
Can't see any Technic around me, so I'm alright.
At least I know the sound's working.
Yeah, that's how it always starts. But then later there's running and screaming.
Hello, everybody!
You know, it could be wrong, but Harry Potter is important.
His name is in the title. Maybe a bit strange if he's not in there.
I thought they smell funny, but not that I sniff my Lego.
You know, the voice where you can change the pitch of your voice. I went, oh yeah. When he's in the toilet.
It's definitely for kids and so on, or Nicole. But
I've done this much.
I think it needs water.
you know, going from the Home Alone set to this is like being kicked in the nuts while standing on Lego bricks barefooted. You know, that's about it.
I built him. Partner's a bat ecologist, so he was like, I need to have all the bat stuff.
That's why your camera was upside down.
Yes.
I know, it's just painful, but what's worse is the set was missing a wheel. So look, it's just got two front teeth there.
I thought you hadn't finished it.
You know, whenever anyone gets your Lego set now, it's going to be Technic.
That is amazing. That looks like an angel.
Good evening and welcome along to this Family Bricks live stream number 47, something like that. Hope that you're all going well, and this is every Thursday where we get together and with some friends and just sort of chat Lego and talk over a few things that's been happening in the week. I hope that everyone's going well out there, and as always, do the usual social media things, share, like, and subscribe, and at the very beginning, a shout out to Trevor's videos. Been wanting to go through and sort of update and do a little funky animation, and happened to be chatting to him about it and able to get that done. So he's done a great job with that, and really enjoyed doing that and working with him on that. So certainly anybody else out there can be showing him some love with that. So he does fantastic work. So it's good that got part of it now at the beginning of the stream. And as always, shout out to the replay gang. I don't know what happened last week, but there was so many people watching the stream after the fact. It was brilliant. So whether or not that was because of Jake Studs or something, I don't know, but always appreciate it. Some, really good numbers there. So hopefully keep that up. And as part of the replay gang, had Brian's Bricks and Trevor's videos. So if you happen to be watching this back, leave a comment down below and I will give you a shout out in the next one. And I think with that, just go through and now... as always, just do a little plug for the sponsor, helps pay for the streaming software and a few other bits and pieces. This video is brought to you by McCatsim Holiday Homes in Margate and Broadstairs. Great for a week's holiday or a weekend escape, being just over an hour east of London, UK. Treat yourself to amazing sunsets, a Lego wall, or great food. Visit www.macatsim.com and mention this YouTube video and we'll look after you. And with that, also a shout out to Two Humble Bricks. Good to see you along. Solar Brick Builder. Hope you're going well. Always great to see you around. Hope that you are going well. And with that, we also got a bit of a poll. One of the things, whenever there's a new release these days, I find at least on Instagram, your social media feed gets flooded with the same thing, literally the same promo images or leak images. And after a while, I just sort of, for me personally, it dragged me a little bit batty. So just a poll there, sort of seeing when you see the same photos posted in your social media, you want to look at them all because you can't get enough, turn off social media, start unfollowing people, or look over there, there's a squirrel. So like you don't really care or mind. So with that, I think that's most things. And just having a look in the chat, a few people saying hello to each other. And with that, I think we should be... good to bring everybody in. So welcome into Matt.
Hi guys.
Brick Askew,
Hello.
Lady McBrick, Bonnie's Bricks, and
Hello.
Stone. How are we going?
Yeah, good. Got to admire that intro. It's awesome. It might be the best in the YouTube space.
Yeah.
So good.
Is that because of the comment of the person there with Technic at the end?
Not just that, but I just it's really good. You know.
It was the sound effects, like, oh, I'm falling off a ladder. I'm terrible.
What about painting your knobs?
Over it, like he was playing thinking, okay.
Yeah, it was funny because I sort of been in touch with Trevor and sort of said, look, I want to do something for that first little bit there, and it's sort of like, well, whatever you want to do. So eventually he came back a little bit later on and he's giving me like all these lines to do. He's like, I know this doesn't make sense, just do them. So going through and doing a whole bunch of different takes, sort of, some really short, some long, whatever, because didn't know what the animation was and things like that. So no, that was really fun to do. But I think, yeah, it's something a little bit different. And I think after that, he sort of looked at some of it and gone, maybe I should get more people to do voices on my animations. Yeah. Do you think the other people on the panel would be up for that?
Oh, God, I am so there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited.
The thing is, apparently, to the Brick Bob, I sound like Warwick Davis, So maybe I can voice him when I don't know. Yeah. I'll be
That's untenable. Yeah.
Something I did realise about your intro though, Matt, that's been like niggling at me for a little while. Like the part with the sketching. Yeah. I'm like, what does that remind me of? And I'm not being like, stereotypical or anything, but it's either Home and Away or Neighbours. Like, the old star. Like,
yeah.
Like, I used to grow up, like, my grandparents used to watch it, and I used to obviously then watch it with them, and one would come on after the other. I can't remember which one it is, but one of them does it, like, sort of, not like that, but like,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, that's what it has been this whole time, and I've not been able to figure it out.
No, we won't be able to unsee it. It's like, no.
Actually, like a spoof, that'd be so funny.
But that's, it's been the sort of thing, like, even that's kind of just a placeholder. It's just sort of like, we'll get that out there so we use it each time. But, I do have plans on what I eventually want to do with that. But as with everything, it's like little baby steps, one thing at a time. So
teasing everyone.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's got nothing to do with being lazy or anything. It's just teasing. That's right.
Try to give you a scapegoat there.
But I just loved it when mentioned that Trevor might be looking for others, and then Bonnie's sort of like, oh yes,
overexcited. Yeah. I'll put my all into it. Just you watch, just you wait.
Brilliant. But sort of say, Bonnie's certainly gone on that wonderful. What do you even call it? It's like a hoodie, blanket, wearable thingy.
I've just started calling it an hoodie because that's a make of these types of things. It's like a massive jumper cape thing. I just grabbed this one because it was cold and it was in the hall. But this is actually like a Christmas one. But I'm like, I'm gonna get my wear out of it because it's still Disney 100 technically. So yeah.
Get it all there.
An hoodie.
Yeah, the segue I wanted to go with that is, it's been cold this week. I don't know about you guys, but
yeah. -7 where I'm from. -7.
-7. You're Midlands, are you?
Midlands, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's -3 or -4.
I was having a competition with my colleagues today, so a few people was like, I had to drive to work when it was -4. Then one of my colleagues said, it was -6. I swooped in and said it's -7.
I went.
Yeah.
It was absolute brass monkeys, though. It was so cold.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Scotland, guys, so I went. But it's the same. It's the same with my work, though. Like, we have a WhatsApp group, and everyone was doing the exact same thing, like what you just said. Like, it's like a competition, and then there's like someone that actually lives up in like Kingoosey, like near sort of, I don't know how well you know Scotland, the mountains. And there's a lot of them, but like up in the mountains, and she like trumped us all because like we've not got snow here. It's just like really, really bad frost and stuff. But she had like a full blanket of snow, and then she was like taking a video from her garden. It was like this little red squirrel. It was so cute, and it was just like scurrying around, and then you just see it jump off a tree, and then you just lose it in the snow. So funny. I was like, oh. So yeah.
It's all gone down into that. And just a few people out there at Bobo, thank you for jumping along and joining us and holding up the Twitch end of things. It's good last week to have a few more Twitches in around, so it's brilliant with that. Yeah, certainly being this far south, sort of, in the south of London, and being like, -5 and things like that, it's like, well, it must be quite cooler up north some places. And Lady McBrick, what's it been like on the continent?
It's cold, but not that cold. I think we have about 0 degrees, maybe 2 or -3. Strange thing is that according to my weather app, latest by the start of next week, we are supposed to have +10, +12 degrees. Not sure.
Makes sense.
It's a bit like, Siberia winter within one day, and then springtime. All of a sudden.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten out of January yet. So.
Yeah. It's the longest last month. It's so annoying. I hate it.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, we're past the halfway point now. We're getting there.
Yeah, it's true.
It sounds like it's dragging for you guys. Why is that?
I think it's just because it's the month after all the hype of December. I mean, you go through a lot in December, then it all just goes. But personally, for me, like, nothing else happens in January other than going back to work, because nobody in my family has a birthday. There's no anniversaries. There's nothing, really. There's nothing to celebrate, really.
So, I'm sure we'll get onto it in a little bit, but the number of leaks and things over the last week has been kind of amazing. And it seems like Harry Potter is certainly going to be at least potentially a strong one for this year.
What's new?
Yeah. Love the smugness.
It's good. It's sort of like hit and miss in the sense that you're excited, but it's another reminder of how expensive the year is going to be. And it has been overwhelming because there are a number of themes outside of Harry Potter, so many sets outside of Harry Potter that I'm really digging, and I'll definitely be getting that, which makes it more expensive, but
more expensive.
Definitely. But
then we saw, I think, somebody, was it Brick Fanatics or one of them, starting to post the retirement list for this year, and
I watched that.
It's like, right, if this holds true, these ones will need to somehow get through the course of the year. And it's funny because you see that, and it's sort of like in December, you see some of these sets go on sale. It's like, no, I'll be fine. And then you see the retirement list, and the FOMO kicks in. It's like, oh, why didn't I get that? I should have will be. And like,
yeah,
it's true.
But no, the rumors, the leaks are very interesting. Really, really excited. I think it gives you a feel that they are, remaking a few sets, but at the same time they're introducing new locations to us as well. But it is really, really, it is exciting. Again, it's just a reminder that this theme is just going to keep carrying on
and keep going. So
Star Wars, though. I mean, they're really going for it. I mean, I do think it's going to be their year. I do think it's going to be Star Wars.
It is. I mean, it's an anniversary year for Star Wars, obviously. I mean, when
is it not?
What the anniversary of R2D2? Yeah. So, here's the anniversary of sand. Yeah.
It really is though. Like, it gets to a point where I'm like, well done, another one. Like, you can tell I'm bitter. Like,
I am kind of excited though that if some of these leaks are true, like they're doing the Dark Millennium Falcon, is that could lead to, as I say, the Disney Plus What If series. There's like all these things spinning around now about new shows. It's like, ooh, so
Disney or Lucasfilm must be livid about that, because if that's coming, that's like the first time it's been sort of leaked, and then you do it through like the Lego leakers. That's not...
yeah. I mean,
that's the thing, though, right? Is it Dark Side? Like, it's a whole theme within Star Wars, right? Like the comics, from what I've read. So it's not like, so it could be that.
Yeah.
That. It's almost like what they're doing. Is it almost what Marvel did? A What If universe?
Yeah. It's
Marvel's
different ones will do different takes on it, like a What If. Transformers has a thing called Shattered Glass, where they make all the good guys bad guys and bad guys good guys, and then have stories out of that.
It is. It's extraordinary if they do that. And the thing is, they can do that. I mean, there's other toy brands that make Star Wars toys, and it's got like a gimmick sort of feel.
Yeah.
I mean, the except for the Rey minifigure in there, because obviously they're just going to use the Rey that was in The Rise of Skywalker, but white Darth Vader, evil C-3PO. What's that going to look like? I think he could have red eyes, like you see in Rise of Skywalker. And then you got evil Chewbacca. The Gungan, which is what Jar Jar Binks' species.
Yep.
You know,
it's
just mad.
Well, they had in the comics for Star Wars. I think it's in the comic called Alpha. There is like a bad C-3PO. He's an assassin droid, and he had to be deactivated because he's a protocol droid with like an assassin mind.
Mindset.
And he was like so deadly they had to deactivate him.
Quite weird to think.
And then and then eventually he got brought back, and then he's working with this character called Alpha, which is obviously, but she does secret missions for Darth Vader, and that's kind of like the premise of the comic.
Okay.
So there is like a dark C-3PO kind of version out there in comic lore, anyway. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I just saw Lady McBrick on Twitch. That's a photo we haven't seen before, I don't think.
I discovered Twitch.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Another platform. Yay.
Yeah.
And another follower for you. Because I just followed.
Oh, brilliant.
There we go.
Yeah, hey, takes me up to 4. Like,
No. Guys, is it me, or does it sound creepy if I tell someone I'm now following you? No, it's always lingering around in the bushes.
I think you might be overthinking it just a little bit, but
okay.
But no, it is a good point. I'm a follower. Depending upon how you put the emphasis on it, it's sort of like, yes, I'm a follower. Yes. And a shout out to the Bricketeer. Hope you're going well. I once think that you had a milestone on one of your socials. I can't quite remember. Was it 5,000, or am I thinking of somebody else? But otherwise, I think on Instagram, I've been following a lot of your content lately, and there's some really good stuff there. So definitely check out the Bricketeer as well. Got to get that poll on Twitch too. You mean that's an option? There's a way to do that. I'm struggling with YouTube. And shout out to Benji. Hope that you're going well. As an aside, when I do my other kids stream with parents, Benji is one of the people on there. I am looking to do another one of those streams sometime soon. I had a couple of others chase me up about that. So if you can get a chance, just drop me your availability with weekends, because I know it's like every other weekend or something. Cool. And with that, we might just do a quick spin around the panel and sort of see what everyone's up to. So starting off with Madlib, what are we sort of working on, pulling apart, building?
So today, I just thought I'd grab a little set, which is the camper van. So yeah, cute. It's quite cute, and it's got. Oh, I already love the minifigs. The little baby one is so cute.
Oh,
yeah. Love it. So yeah, that's what I'm working on today. Probably won't take me all stream, but it's fine. I'll pause in the middle. There we go.
When you get to it. Yeah. There was somebody posted this week, and they'd actually put together like the last 4 sort of like ice cream trucks and dessert trucks and things like that. And
I saw that as well.
Yeah, there's starting to be a few of them. You kind of forget they go past. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that old ice cream truck. And then this what is it, Squishy Mobile? I think was one.
There's like the slushy one. I've got the ice cream truck, the slushy truck. I've got the that ambulance with the skater kid. Not the new snowboarder one, the older one. And I've got the police chase one with the ice cream truck as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something about the little city vehicles I quite like.
Something that, and then obviously you've got the retro food truck as the GWP recently. The other one.
I do have the burger van as well, but I haven't built that yet. The new one.
Yeah, the burger van I think was the other one. Yeah. So cool. And you got Sea Beagle 24 started working on the Technic Lamborghini. Some pieces are missing. Oh, where do we start?
That's a positive, Ali.
It's a positive.
The monster. Go back to the intro. You'll see all about it.
Yeah.
Even when you like build Technic, I don't know if it's you, but whenever you build Technic and you've completed the model, it still looks like it's got pieces missing.
Yeah, I know you're on about. Yeah.
That's just to encourage you to extend it and mock it.
Yes.
So,
I am edging closer to perhaps doing something to do with mocks, whether it's this year, because I do like. What's my next step in doing? Because obviously Lego's a lifestyle. Attend a convention. I'd love to do that, and to perhaps design a mark. And I am thinking about it. But what I'd like to do is perhaps mock something which is, I don't know, quite got an emotional attachment to. Maybe mock my house. That could be something.
Yeah.
Build my own house,
I thought about doing my house. My wife's requested a mock of our house, actually.
Yeah.
And it's one thing that they, when people do those, how to start mocking and things like that, sometimes they do suggest your house because it's something you're familiar with. It's relatively architectural, so not too many moving parts, but it does then encourage you to think about issues of scale and trying to, represent different things. So no, that sounds like a really cool idea. And Sea Beagle, which Technic are you working on? Is it like the 40-pound one, or is it the big cyan? And anybody else out there in the chat, if you want to throw out what you're working on, or if you're sorting pieces or anything like that, I'm curious to know what you're doing with the stream on in the background. Boglevo, another week with Twitch activity, very slowly taking the streaming world. And the RV is a nice set, got mine parked nearby for whenever my next holiday is, kind of like real life. Oh, cool. And then Benji's the pizza truck is also an awesome old one. Can I blame on the cat, Gerald SLC? What you've got your cat building Technic? God, that must be pretty clever.
Oh, the cat ate it.
Yeah, I was going to say so.
Yeah.
So, and what do we got here? Bricktier working on my latest mock, something out of my comfort zone. I'll be curious to see what that is, because I think you did the one of those little Star Wars characters. I think you did a mock of that for a show probably about 6 months ago, and I think when we were on the Slack group, you hammered that out pretty quick, which was pretty amazing. So yeah, definitely another mocks to check out. And while I'm here, I'll give Ollie's show a plug every second Wednesday. So I think next Wednesday, 8:30, he's on there talking about mocks and things. So definitely something for you to check out as well, Bricketeer. Over on the channel, is it Mockheads?
Yeah, Mockheads next week. Yeah, 8 o'clock UK time.
Cool, got that in. And while we're at that, Ollie, what are you sort of working on? And your background is kind of different. So
yeah, so I've moved my desk, basically. So I had 2 desks back to back in the middle of the room before, and now I've just moved one over, but like the flow wasn't really working, and one desk was just getting used to pile stuff up on, which is still happening, but not in the middle of the room now at least. So yeah, I've shifted my desk round so that I've got better flow with doing mocking, so I can get to my pieces, which leads me to what I'm working on at the moment. So I've been working on this week, doing a graveyard.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
There's the camera. There you go.
That's so good.
And then I am on my 3rd draft of a mausoleum to go in there.
Okay.
So yeah, like nice. Abandoned graveyard. That's what I'm working on.
Cool. Very nice.
Very good.
During the week, you had your other tree mock with the rock work and the water and things like that. So that was great to see. And obviously, being the tree master, you're sort of getting into it. Maybe I'll be sneaky and try to steal. If you had one tip for building trees for everyone, what would it be?
Use loads of clips and bars to do the bark for the trees, because loads of trees look really blocky and use the same pieces like slopes and arches, but you can attach clips, like build clips into it, and then put like so. Got these. I've been messing around with these this week, with these like brown candle pieces. So I've just clipped them as bark. In fact, I'll just show you on here. Hopefully, it'll focus properly. So.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, we can see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's an interesting idea.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So that's a mix of like brick and so that's like you can see on the back. It is using arches and all of that. But I'm just covering it up with more round bits.
Yeah.
That's a really cool idea. Yeah.
Very cool.
The master of trees. Yeah. So, and for anyone who doesn't know, up on Rebrickable has some instructions. Are they still free, or have you?
Yes. Yeah. Still free.
So definitely check out. And on Rebrickable, what is your username?
Brick askew. I want to say it's either brick space askew or brick _askew. I think you should be able to search for a tree, and it will come up. There's not many results per tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I thought there'd be more on Rebrickable, to be honest. But
I think once the Star Wars Endor set came out with the trees or whatever in that one, started to see a few more populated, but otherwise it wasn't. And I think it's common to you at the time when yours popped up. It was sort of like on the 3rd page of like the hottest mocks at the moment, sort of thing. So
was it? Yeah.
Obviously, people are looking at it and things. So, and see Beagle here. A wife says, "I can't blame the cat. Maybe she buried the pieces." I almost misread that first. It's like maybe she buried the cat. Like what? In the litter box for revenge, not paying attention to her. It sounds like something I might do. That's awesome. Not building any sets at present. Got a ton of Lego Batman pics in the backlog that is slowly posted to Instagram. Oh, brilliant. Make sure we check those out. 2 humble bricks. I'm sorting and putting parts in drawers while listening. Cool. And first time here, retired truck driver, started to build Lego projects a couple of years now. Nice little hobby. And should have thought of this in my trucking days. Oh, brilliant. No, that's great to have you in. And hope that you enjoy our little banter back and forth. Just out of curiosity, how did you actually find the stream? Always sort of interested. And are you based in the UK or US, or where are you at? I know as well. And with that, One Brick Stud, what are you sort of working on, listening to, building, whatever it is? Oh, you've got it.
Oh, the tails one. Nice.
Yeah. yeah, I just pulled the trigger. It went down in price a little bit, so I just thought it's a sign. So I just thought I wanted to get it anyway. But we wanted it day one, but you just know it's one of those sets where you know it's just going to go down in price.
Yeah.
And when it was £25, I just thought, yeah, I'm going to pull the trigger on this. But because obviously this isn't going to take me that long to build. If I do build it, I have to go through a lot of negotiations with my wife. That if I complete the set, I can build just one bag, just one of that.
Oh, nice.
Just one bag, you know.
Well, I mean, that's
why did I marry her?
what are you talking about? To get one bag out of that, you must have been a good boy.
I am always a good boy. Always a good boy. Yeah. But,
so let me get this straight. So you've negotiated that if you build your own Lego set, you get to build.
Time. It's just next to me, you see. So I'm going to finish building Sonic, right? And she says, I asked because I'm going to finish probably halfway through the stream with plenty of time left. Can I just build a bag? And she wanted the feeling of completing the entire castle. And I just asked, please, can I build one bag, please? You know, and then
it's like when someone used to ask if they could play your video game, your save on a video game, and you're like, no. Yeah, I know. You can start a whole new one.
She said yes. We've got like 6 bags to go. I just said, can I just build one? She was happy with it. You know.
Yeah.
Is it because you don't have like much of a backlog at the moment, or is it just because you really want to?
Well, I do. Well, I don't really have backlogs. I tend to just buy, build, display, and I move on to another set. But I do actually have the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds on standby at the moment. But I could just do that, couldn't I? Really, yeah. But saving that for Sundays during the Fab stream. But yeah, I could have built that. But I just want to just do something with this castle because it's just looking so good. I just want to make it bigger because it's going to be a beast when it's done.
Yeah.
But
so what we're going to see is that when you've done the Sonic set, you'll have this plane and it's not put together properly, and you'll be straight onto the other bag.
Well, I can't wait to build it, man. Because like I say, I grew up on those games. I can't wait to build it, and I'm going to move on to another Sonic set next week. I'll reveal that in a few days. So it's going to be like a Sonic month, you know. I think I'm going to build another Sonic set after that, and another one after that, and yeah, just catch up on the Sonic sets because I just haven't got around to getting them.
No, brilliant. Just while I got there, C Beagle, how often is this live stream? Come on, once a week, same time. Usually the same group of people. There's a couple others who may join from time to time. So definitely check back. You know, same bat time, same bat channel next week. And there's something else with One Brick Stud. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Sonic plane. I'm so glad that they finally brought out that tornado. I had been looking for quite some time to actually build it, and was even at one stage looking at the. I feel terrible for this now. What was there was that gift with purchase or that set, the Jane Goodwell, I think it was. Is that the one with the plane?
Amelia Earhart.
No, Amelia
Earhart. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at
that's an amazing one. That's brilliant. That.
Yeah. Mock that into because obviously it's a red plane and that was sort of a good base, but I never quite got there. But they finally brought it out in a set. So where did you manage to go for £25 anyhow?
Amazon.
Okay.
It was Amazon, yeah, but it wasn't. See, Amazon do change their prices quite swiftly, don't they? Because it was £28.
Yeah,
£28.80. Then it was 26 or something, but I can't remember. It just changed, and I think it's gone back to 28.
Because what sometimes happens is you got the third-party sellers on there,
yeah,
and if they're adjusting prices and they put the wrong price in, there's going to be a time window when you can jump on that. So you get it.
What I'm kind of hoping for is like, because like a game, because I've got a game near me. I'm just kind of hoping that they just bring out a new batch of more restocks in those new Sonic sets, but they've just not been having hardly any sets at all. I really want to grab this. I really want to grab the Knuckles set. £24. I think that'd be all right.
So Carrie from the Brickbods had it in her local. I think it was her local game, where they put the price of CMFs up to £5 because they were getting popular. Yeah.
Right.
£5 was CMF.
It's not the same for the game near me because they were selling the new CMF minifigures for £3 a box.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
the sort of thing I just, because that's where I haven't got this. Because this is
that's the original.
Some of on quite a number of their sets, including the Sonic ones and everything, their retail price for the stickers is a couple of pounds above the actual Lego recommended retail price. So yeah, just be a little cautious on that, because I looked at one or two of the Sonic sets and was like, oh, that looks like a really good deal. And then when I did the actual price, it's like, wait a minute, they've overpriced that by a couple of pounds to begin with. Like, you know,
Toys R Us does that as well, actually.
Hamleys. Yeah. I mean, Hamleys do it because they're Hamleys, so it's sort of like they'll have way above the Lego retail price as their normal price, and then they do a discount and sale, which then brings it down to the actual proper recommended retail price of everywhere else. So,
but that's TJ's thoughts on the rumors of the new Sonic sets that's coming out later in the year. It looks like we're going to get a Super Sonic as well.
Yeah,
I just can't wait to get that. Sonic when he gets all the Chaos Emeralds. He turns into Super Sonic mode. Can't wait for that.
Yeah. And was there another one? Was it Metal Sonic, or I thought that was
It's. I wouldn't say it's certain that we're going to get a Metal Sonic, but I think it could appear in the Knuckles set with the Master Emerald, because I can just picture Metal Sonic being on the big giant emerald in the original game, so it could be in that set. Could be.
But yeah, it's the funny thing when we look at all this now, not funny, is that we're now getting all these different flavors of Sonic, and there's still no Mario CMF.
Oh no!
Yeah,
it's a big letdown, isn't it? You've got to have minifigures in that set. There's no excuse. You've got to.
Have they gone too far down the road of not having them now? Do you reckon they will bring them out at least like with it as it is? Do you reckon they could? Have they made their bed now? And they've got to line it and wait until a revival of Mario in a couple of years.
Oh, I think they'll just change gears. It was probably like what they do with, not that I know the theme really well, but what was it last year? Friends. They just went, okay, we're kind of doing a soft reset, or
Yeah, fair enough. Actually, yeah, okay.
Like the rumor that we had at the beginning of last year for something this year was some Zelda CMFs.
I love that.
I mean, it's got to the point with Mario, like, I'm a fan of the series and everything, and we've got some of the original sets and things like that. But now they bring out something like there's a Bowser or something or other the other day that they brought out. It's like, don't even care. Like,
That Bowser does look cool, but not for £25.
But it's also too, once you build these sets, it's because they're characters. Okay, they're nice characters and some unique pieces and things. But it's like, what do you do with them? Like, it's like,
yeah, that's a fair point.
So, all right then. And moving along to Bonnie's Bricks and the UGG jumper jacket thingy.
UGG jumper.
I'm thinking of UGG boots. Like, okay, horrible segue. Like,
very big boot. Wait, when you're talking about the Bowser set, are you talking about that one?
Oh, the new car.
Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, is it good?
It is actually really, really good. Like, that wasn't for me. Like, Aaron was like, I went to Game as well to get like a bunch of sets discounted. So it was the day that I was messaging you all, being like, I'm having a bit of a meltdown, being like, I need to buy stuff. Help me work it out. I was literally like walking around Glasgow, like, I ended up going into Game, but like they had the Bowser set and stuff, and it was like slightly cheaper. And Aaron was like, "Can I please owe you money on payday and like get it?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." And to be fair, like, even I was actually a bit jealous watching him build it. It was really like, it does look so good. I don't know. It's like a really good size.
You're in Aaron's room, aren't you, with the shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a good display size, to be honest. Oh, it's cool. Okay.
It is actually like, because like we don't buy a lot of like display sets really, unless it's like maybe like themed like Star Wars and stuff like this. But like that is for any kind of like old school Mario fan that grew up with the games and stuff like that. This is really cool because I feel like they might bring out more of the same scale for like. See if they brought them all out. Like, think Rainbow Bridge, guys.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, it would be so good. Like, I would find a way to integrate it into the city. I would have like a rainbow bridge, and I'd be like, woo! I was like having all sorts of ideas. I was like, this looks so much fun. So
we've got a request there for a 360. I think Tommy C Bricks about 6 months ago, he did a Rainbow Bridge Mario thing, or Rainbow Road. So definitely check that out. I think for me, because we got one of the original, the first Bowser's Castle with Bowser, who looks pretty much identical to that. There's probably a little tweak here and there. It's like, the only for us would be the car is a bit different. But then it's like, well, if you got the car, don't tease us like that and give us like a whole range of Mario Kart ones. Like,
yeah, maybe they're just trying to like dip their toes in and see how well this sells. I think this is actually sold pretty well though. I've seen quite a few people with it on Instagram.
I think when it gets down to
more
20, because is it 25 like standard price, right? So it'll definitely go down to 20 at least.
Remember. The box was ripped open that quick. I can't remember. But yeah, no, it's just no. I would definitely. It was one of those ones that like the pictures online and all that kind of stuff do not do it justice. And even watching people like online with it and stuff, like even me probably showing you this is probably still not like showing how great a build it is. It is.
I think it does it more justice than the box there, because I think it was Brixie built it, and I was like, oh, it doesn't actually look good. Like when he had it on his desk and you could see the proportions of it and stuff and like the scale of it.
Yeah, it's chunkier than I thought, but like in a good way. Oh, and it's got some sort of like playability as well. I can't remember how it works, but like. Like something.
Does it go when you move it or something?
It does the thing where it's like it shoots things and then it poops things, but I can't remember how to do it. I think Aaron did it, and I was like, just make sure that you could pick that up so Nova doesn't eat it. But oh no, I don't like. Right, so you put something.
The hand crank.
We're here, and then you thingy it. Oh yeah, you do the hand cranky thing. This little pink knob here, and then it drops things out. So like you are playing Mario Kart, and you're like.
Banana skins.
Got to do more, yeah, sure. Because they've got the banana skin piece now as well. Why is that in there? Does it come with a banana skin?
I don't
the
know
split.
If it does.
I think is it in the Donkey Kong ones? Maybe.
I think it's in.
Maybe it's in a Spider-Man one or two.
Yeah, could have been. Because I think much the same. As soon as I saw that.
Oh, there's bombs in here, guys.
A bomb.
Bomb. Like I watched him build this, but I can't remember what was in it. But yeah, so you can. I don't know if there's a way to activate the boot to open the bombs coming out, but sheep and all. Drop those bombs. But yeah, no. Add this to your wish list, or like if you ever have a day where you're like just shy of that threshold to get that GWP you really want.
Okay, yeah.
Consider Bowser. Yeah, really, really cool. Let's just not put it, just not drop it.
Consider yourself influenced.
Yeah, makes my build look a bit boring now, though. I am a bit like Madlib. I'm doing a van, but a different van. So I'm doing one that we've seen many times now, the moving truck. I totally forgot I had this in my backlog. So
this is a good one.
Yeah. So this is a bit slightly old news, but I'm just getting around to it now. I've actually got two of these. Didn't realise. So one will just keep stashed away. But yeah, it's actually good to actually see that there's like two Jazz Club like on the box. So there is like a reference to the Jazz Club, because you know how they obviously brought this out and was like, this goes with Jazz Club Modular. And I'm looking at it thinking, I suppose, yeah, because there's instruments, but like there's that reference as well. But like the latest one, can anyone explain to me why? What even is it again? I forgot. What's the van? Hot dog van.
Yeah,
retro food.
Yeah.
Retro food. Yeah, it's like hot dogs.
Does that have any? What reference does it have to the museum? Or are they just telling us it goes with the museum, so people like go, I have to have it?
Isn't there like one character out the front who's eating a hot dog they put on the video? I think that's literally. I don't know.
Stretch. Yeah.
I am not influenced.
Yeah.
No, like, it does look like a good van, but I ended up just like because I never met that threshold that day when I was trying to get you guys to convince me to spend money. But Matt was very good at uninfluencing me. I was like, oh, damn. You.
Yeah, blame me. This is all out of context. Wait a minute, what? You only spent £5 and you were trying to get up to 170, I think it was. Like,
logic. No, so but I ended up buying I actually wanted to buy anyway the little friends one that I put on my Instagram, which is actually so much fun. And I think my argument is it goes better because the burger van that everyone's hyped up about right now, that everyone's buying or everyone should have bought because it is amazing. It kind of more goes with that because they're both shaped like their respective food item.
Ah, yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So, and it comes with a little kitty cat.
Then a kitty
It's
cat.
always a win. Yeah. Oh, and I think Chris, I probably will finish that because I've almost already finished it. So I actually picked up my very first Dreamzzz set that day as well. In game for a little cheeky discount. And this was what I had my eye on, and I was like, I want to get it. So I got this one too. Narwhal.
Yeah.
It looks so cool. It's a freaking narwhal hot air balloon, guys. Who's not buying that? Like, it's a narwhal. It's a hot air balloon. You get a little batty guy, a little bunny guy, and you get some really cool hair.
Yeah.
The Dreamzzz magazine came out this week as well in the UK.
That's
I got the Night King boy.
Came up as well.
Yeah, got him yesterday.
Freaky D.
He's cool. That came is awesome as well.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing that with the Dreamzzz line, with the theme, that even the really, really cool figures are in the magazine as well? I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for an Izzie. Has Izzie already been in the magazine with the cool hair? No.
I know that the next one is Matthew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I think he's been in it before, though, hasn't he, Matteo?
Yeah.
I think he has,
yeah.
I think was it in our sort of chat? We shared the somebody had done the concept art and was sharing
Dreamzzz.
That was me. Just saw I saw it on Instagram and just thought it's quite interesting how they can go. That is like the sort of like the prototype to the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing, really. Looks nothing like what it actually became.
Yeah, with the sails.
The colours all off. Where is this thing? And so yeah, obviously the shark ship kind of idea with the sails. Whose account is this on? This is Exactor Bricks Lego Go. EXABRICKSLEGOGO. If anyone wants to check it out. Because some of the next ones, that's some art, some characters, different iterations.
Yeah, that
some
one was
interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think we really got anything there. I mean, if we go to the some more solid vehicles, like I can sort of see like these price points would be much higher than some of the ones we got in different flavors of. Trying to remember what the name is Z-Blob, I think.
Yeah.
That's the robot mech.
Yeah.
Some more ones there.
Oh my god, Archer Bunny!
Yeah, the bunnies were a bit interesting. So, and some of the making sort of thing. Good to see with that. And Lady McBrick, what are you sort of working on this evening?
I have to admit that I'm very, very excited about my new way to keep my pieces on the table instead of just dumping it all over the table. I have now the sorting trays, and I can have an organized building
nice
thing going on my table. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to build MS, but at the moment I'm building the taxi.
Oh, from the GWP from the Avengers Tower.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's a tiny thing, and yeah, I will see where it will lead me, and then I will look around and find something else to build.
Or got some options there to go with. So, brilliant.
Yeah.
And the Dreamzzz Village set looks cool. Might be picking that one up too. Yeah, I think much like what we were saying before, you got some of the leaks in terms of what's coming out for this year. You got the retirement sets, which are being sort of kind of penciled in, and sort of go, yeah, they're really good, but we're starting to run out of space, so starting to like really have to consider purchases a lot more, because like that's really nice, but where am I going to put it? Like,
Right.
yeah. And then Madlib might be doing the same this weekend.
Yeah, because obviously double VIP or double insider, whatever you want. Yeah.
And there's
That name. I will never not laugh at double inside point. Sorry.
Yeah, I think every time you sort of say that, I think of Dickens cider. So if you want to say that really fast in your mind,
I've seen that.
Yeah.
They absolutely play it up. It reminds me a little bit of when they first came out, like, what was it, the late 2000s, when they first were launching the iPad and the name iPad came out, and it's sort of like, well, I know something else which is a pad. I wouldn't necessarily be calling it an iPad.
Yeah.
It's sort of one of those ones that's like, I guess we're so far along, 13, 14 years now, you kind of got used to it. But certainly at the time, it's like, yeah, a swing and a miss on that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, people can read that on screen. I'll leave that alone. TJ, Dreamzzz is a really cool theme, but I'm already invested in 2 themes plus mock, so I haven't been able to fit Dreamzzz in the budget. Yeah, it's much as it seems the Avatar was another one which they kind of put on hold until the next movie. The interesting little thing which came out during the week, which I saw, obviously the Indiana Jones theme. Originally, there was meant to be a Temple of Doom, and it got pretty far along in the process, and it seemed to be, somebody was hinting at when Lego first went along to Lucasfilm or whatever, they were sort of like, what's the parameters? What can we do? Apparently, Lucasfilm said, you can do anything, knock yourselves out. We don't care, do it. So they got all the way through. They developed all the sets, and then they got fair way into the process, obviously, with the Temple of Doom one. And apparently then Lucasfilm turned around and said, oh, no, you can't do that, cultural appropriation, blah, 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 blah. And it's sort of like, wait a minute, we came to you guys, you said it was an open book. Like, what are we doing? So there's a bit of a thing now where they're sort of suggesting they may not be doing any more Indiana Jones stuff for a while, not because Lego don't want to, but because they did so much development on that and got so messed around. It's like, well, okay, Disney, you're not going to make any money off this either because we just lost a ton. So it's almost
because the thing is, the theme wasn't unsuccessful, was it? I mean, every single set was a winner, and the prices for those sets was incredible. And I think when you look back on some of, like, if you have done over this month, looked at like best sets for 2023, that diorama set seemed to appear in everyone's top 10.
Yeah.
It was incredible. It's a shame, really. I'm not a big fan of Indiana Jones, but I can certainly appreciate it as a very good, was it the 3 sets they made? But they're all brilliant, faultless, really, especially the diorama.
Yeah, and contrary to popular belief, I know, because there's usually 1 or 2 people in the chat each time. I am building parts of it.
I was going to ask, how are you getting on with it on week 10 of building?
it's kind of like, there's always somebody in the comments that go, yeah. It's like, no, it's not just a random thumbnail for the sake of it. I've seen like good times.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I think Lady McBrick built, I think the car, the white car from India on stream one time. I built the car set in that, obviously doing the diorama, and with the diorama, that little spinning ball, the mechanism on that, that's so sweet. Like you just sit there back and forth, back and forth.
Wait,
this is really clever.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the Egyptian type ones, sort of. And yeah, pretty much mirroring the same thing. Good sets, good prices, even better on discount.
Yeah,
minifigs are good. So it's a bit of a shame. Sea Beagle here. My older brother bought a Lego Technic car sets. He got the NASCAR. I got the Lamborghini. Never done a project. Built a couple of Speed Champions cars. Okay, yeah. So you got the sort of. I don't even know what they call those ones. The scale of them, but yeah, they're enough that you can get them and achieve them. If nice entry points, or that's what it's for anyhow. Got the Knuckles neck and Shadow Bike in my shopping bag. Can't wait. Want that so much. Hey, Monarch. And looking forward to the finished build at the end of the stream, Matt. There we go. I walked into that one, so.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, if you promise, then I will stay till the very end.
Cole could be very blurry-eyed in at work tomorrow.
I say I've got work tomorrow, so I probably won't.
And saying hi there. So with that, what do we want to go through? I think one of the questions which last week's stream we had Jake Studs was on. That was high energy and lots of fun. And one of the things, as a content creator, he sort of was saying, and I did this as a bit of a short, so pulled it out as well. Lego reviews being sort of the lowest form of content that you can do. Don't do it. Like, just move on. And that was a hill that he would die on, sort of thing. Which it's been interesting seeing the comments to that in the real video itself, because pretty much a lot of the comments, particularly the negative ones, it's almost like reviews equal Lan Reviews. And because a lot of the comments were around that, and it's like at no stage did anyone sort of say that it was the Lan Reviews. It was just like reviews in general. So it's interesting how people sort of, if you say review, they tend to think of Lan Reviews.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because they are typically the first ones we get. So obviously they get the sets early, so they're the ones who flood the socials with their on the same day.
I don't really mind Lan Reviews too much, but it's more that like you tend to pick your one like content creator, and that is who you watch. So it's kind of like it's the reason that they have so many people on Lan. It's because different people like watching different people. Like there's loads of people on Lan that I'm not going to name names obviously, but I can't stand watching them on YouTube, and they're quite high profile, and I'm like, I can't stand watching you, so I don't. But I go and watch someone else. So there's someone for like everyone that way. But I think what I would translate from what Jake was saying is like everyone else that's trying to do content and then tends to do reviews. Sometimes it's just a bit like. It's a hard one because we obviously all think in this panel like there's no like people shouldn't feel pressure to like buy stuff on release day all the time and stuff like this, or like pay full price and things like this to be able to do that. But like it's a balancing act, because if you want to be a content creator and like you like doing reviews, if you're doing that like way after that set has released, and in that time loads of people have watched loads of reviews, loads of people have bought it, it's kind of like, what is that kind of content actually even going to do well? So I think like in that respect I get it, but it's just
I think the only other time you could probably get away with a second or a later review is if a set is actually been announced that it's retiring. then you could probably get away with it buying like, this is retiring this year. This is what I think of it. You know.
Yeah.
But it's so strange. I am kind of like to believe that the content creator makes the difference. Because I watched the content, a review because I either have it and want someone else's opinion about it, or I don't get it and I want just want out of interest to watch it.
Yeah.
And then I would watch it regardless of when it was released, just based on as Maxine said, just because of my content creator that I picked, because I favorite for whatever reason, he did it, because he has a different spin on it, and that's why I watch it regardless when.
Yeah. Or you'll watch like different content creators. If that person is like, their niche is Star Wars, I'll probably watch their ones more for the Star Wars set.
Absolutely.
Or like if there's someone like, I don't know, if Chris decided to do a review on Harry Potter or something like this, I would be more likely to watch him over someone else that doesn't buy so much Harry Potter, because they would probably nerd out on all the big details and actually give you more than just a generic review than what you might, because the Lan guys, like, they tick all these boxes to receive all these sets, and like if it were me, I would probably tick Star Wars and Harry Potter, but I wouldn't be able to probably give people as much detail as maybe someone else who's like really niche into it. So,
I mean, I agree with Bonnie. I agree with Bonnie in a couple of things she said. I too agree that reviews do become outdated eventually. You know, if the set's out and the majority of people have built them, then they've been out for a while, they do become outdated, unless there's a set that you really want to get and you can't afford it, or you don't plan to get it, or you plan to get it on discount.
I think there's that. I do think, because not everyone's on top of like we are, and also just like I say, can't afford it, especially bigger sets. Like, because so I was watching Ninjago City Garden reviews. What, a year and a half after it was released. So and there's people who come into the hobby or just didn't even consider a set when it came out, and then they're like, and then later on their interests change.
The other interesting things, like with car magazines, like, and reviews and things like that, they've worked out that 50% of people who read the reviews are actually people who bought the cars. It's almost like a self-reassuring thing.
Yeah.
So I wonder sometimes with Lego.
Or they just love the set so much. They just need to like go through the process of it again with someone. Like, it's like what Ollie said. Like, definitely the big expensive sets. Like, I wouldn't like. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to bother doing it now. I haven't made up my mind. Like, because I've still not built my new Disney castle. But like, because I'm a total Disney nerd, I quite like the idea of going through it and like just giving my thoughts on all the details and stuff. But I don't know if I'll do it. But like, in terms of like, I think at Christmas time, for example, which has only just passed, I think a lot of people got Rivendell, because my top trending video on my channel right now, it has consistently been for like the last month, my Blight Kit comparison for Rivendell. So I was like, oh, maybe that's because a lot of people have only just got it because they were saving up or telling family members to like all pitch in so they could get that for Christmas sort of thing, because it's so expensive. So yeah, I think like, there's maybe a different rule when it comes to the bigger sets in that respect, but
I often watch reviews twice. So it's like, if you haven't bought a set, if a set's been out for 6 months and then you go finally decide this is when I'm going to buy the set, at least the reviews there waiting for you for when you want to watch it. And I watch reviews twice. I tend to watch reviews as soon as they're out, and I'll watch a review again just before I buy that set. I just think it just adds to the excitement.
So will you watch the same review, or will you watch two different reviews?
If it's Harry Potter,
watch two different reviews twice.
Harry Potter, I'm actually quite ruthless. I watch them all, and I do tend to select who the best ones are. And I'm like what Bonnie was saying, you might edge, you definitely edge towards people who you know have got a passion for that theme. You can clearly see who's not a Harry Potter fan. There's a high profile YouTuber that is part with Lan, and she had the wave of Harry Potter last year. She didn't have a clue really what the sets were about, and it just didn't seem to. She didn't seem to come across as a Harry Potter fan. And there was another YouTuber who's part of Lan. You know, she did a review of Gringotts and completely forgot about the little office on top.
Yeah,
little things like that. No, you can't miss things like that. You can't be given a set like that, especially for free, and then you don't have, and then you haven't sold it as well as you should. But I tend to watch reviewers who, and wow, a lot of reviewers are not a part of that.
That's a brilliant comment. Well timed.
Well, it's like,
it sounds like you should be doing these reviews, Chris.
I know. In time, I will. But
because I think you'll be brutal as well. Like things that you're really not happy about and stuff. Like I think you'll just you'll fill us all in.
I just like warmth to everything. In social media, I like warmth. It's like I kind of hope, right, and I wouldn't put any pressure on anybody. If I wanted some information on Ninjago, I'd love to think that TJ was there making sets. I mean, TJ would be brilliant, and I think I'd only ever go and watch his stuff if he was ever to produce reviews on Ninjago sets. You know, Friends. You kind of like, if I want any advice on Friends, I'd just go to MandR or somebody like that. But don't expect me to get the advice of somebody who knows a bit of technic, though. No, but yeah.
Yeah. I think, as we're saying, we've all got our little go-to people for whatever the thing it is. I find it also interesting. A lot of the people who become affiliated with Lan, they did a lot of reviews in the lead up to it, so it's almost like one feeds the other. There's a couple of people who've gotten into Lan who, we've seen over the years, who generally did it based upon their following and not so much reviews. And it's then interesting to watch how they deal with that, because sometimes then when they start doing reviews, because that's not their wheelhouse, it's quite clunky and they kind of don't really get there with it. And then they'll deviate off into other directions.
Sorry, I'm trying to pack my moving van and I'm trying to read the instructions. How the hell do you pack this moving van? And I can't get all the furniture in. It's falling out. It's like moving in real life. Sorry.
No. I was going to say, M&R Productions, he did a review of the Avengers Tower. Now, he openly admitted that he's not that knowledgeable about Avengers and the MCU and all that stuff. And actually, what I found more interesting about his video was the one he did after, which was the behind the scenes and how he did his whole setup and how he did it all within 24 hours. And he had to stay up because he had it shipped from Malaysia or wherever it came. And yeah, that was more interesting than his review video.
Yeah. But I think that was somehow he managed to get that before it was released.
Yes,
so
he got it. I think he got it the day before the Lan embargo released. So he released it the day before. And that's why.
Yeah, because I think once his review popped up, like it was the first one there. And
I
think everyone was sort of watching it and checking it out because all the figures and everything. So yeah, there's certain. And he'd be very conscious of that. He'd have a fair idea when the embargo wasn't like, look, I've got this, and my sense is, and I don't know beyond this, is that basically he will pay a finder's fee for these sorts of things. So he obviously has a financial interest in making sure it hits first or it does whatever he needs it to do.
He does pay like 2 or 3 times the retail price for sets early. Like, I haven't done set lately actually, but yeah. He has said in the past, I'll pay handsomely for basically anything he's interested in that comes out early.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see how many. I have to check later after the stream how many views that Avengers Tower got. But
would have got like that. I think that's probably the only review of Avengers Tower that I watched. Because you do I just watched 1, maybe 2 from different people.
Yeah,
I think I watched. I think I watched his and I watched somebody else's. But the other one was a Lan member, and probably just a touch more in touch with the MCU kind of.
Yeah. I think that I wanted to see someone who actually likes Marvel. Like, fair play to him. He openly said, like, I don't know this.
And you even get that with Jang, and I think you appreciate that. But I mean, sometimes he goes, "Oh, I don't know much about this," and he knows 3 times as much as a normal person.
Yeah, he does that as well. Yeah, because like I've seen his review of the Daily Bugle. I think he often mentions that he might not be able to catch every single reference. But like Jang, he's great because like going back to what I was saying with Harry Potter, I watch them all. But like when it comes to Star Wars, there's only a couple I watch, and in Marvel as well. But Jang is tend to be one that I'm happy to hear his input, regardless of what the theme is.
Yeah,
he's a nice, well-rounded reviewer.
Yeah. Because I guess it depends on why you watch a reviewer, a content creator. Because you can just give your honest opinion on the set, on how well structured it is, how the quality of the bricks is. Because you could argue that the people who are most interested in, for example, Star Wars or Harry Potter, they know their stuff. No one needs to tell them that this is the cousin of this guy and he married her and died in the 3rd act. They all know this stuff. So, and everyone who does not know it will probably not be interested in it anyway. So they will probably watch it for the set in itself, whether it goes into a city, is it well structured. So there is an argument for a reviewer does not really need to have the knowledge. If you're really interested in it, go check Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, because my sister likes Lego. She loves Lego, and she said to me not long ago, why do I need to watch a review? It spoils the surprise when I build the set for myself. So that's very true. So when she bought the Daily Bugle last year, she wouldn't watch a review because it's
but I think it depends on what kind of consumer you are. Because, for example, I watched the review of Jang's take on the fortress, the white one.
El Dorado Fortress.
Right, that one. I did not consider buying it because I do not have nostalgia. I don't have the space for it. But when I saw him do the review of it, I really started to at least consider it. And that's one reason why I watch reviews, because either in hindsight to look at the sets that I already own, because it's sometimes really, when I built a Ninjago City and I saw Jang's take on it, and I thought, that's the set that I just built. That's amazing. I just built it.
Yeah, there is something nice about it, isn't there? And then you always get like another level of understanding in the review, right? Like, I do that on the odd set as well, actually, to be honest. I'm probably more likely to watch a review after I've built it now. Yeah. Weirdly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't watch a review when I'm about to build it myself. It's then it would be spoiler.
Yeah, I'll try not to, or I will try and avoid reviews actually. If it's a set I'm looking forward to.
I was gonna say, like Chris's sister, sometimes, like, and Carrie as well, she's mentioned she doesn't want to see sets before she's got them because she doesn't want to spoil it for herself. And if it's a set I really want, I mean, I know I watch the Avengers Tale one, but if there's certain sets I know I want, I don't want to watch reviews because I want to make my own mind up when I build it. And then, sorry, as I say, and then what was I going to say? I want to make up my mind when I build it, and then maybe, like you say, they go back and watch somebody else's point of view and see how that relates to what I experienced as an afterthought, And
I was just about to add on. Sorry for disrupting you there, mate. Sometimes sometimes you don't need a review. All you need is the box with the picture and a few other pictures at the back, and that's enough. Because how many times do we know? Like, look at these 900 sets that have been leaked this past week. It's like the Dark Millennium Falcon. We know we want that. We don't even need pictures yet, and we want it. And imagine when we do get the box, it's all we need. We don't need reviews. I think reviewing is just a nice little added bonus to it, maybe.
Oh, it's all marketing. I think we're so into it. I mean, heck, we sit together on the Thursday night and we're chatting most of the time during the day, and it's like really top of mind for us. For some, particularly for kids and that, like I even find with my kids now that they're sort of going into their dark age and things, they don't necessarily be seeking all this sort of stuff out. And then half the time, I'm showing them various bits and pieces. So I think there's also just a general awareness which comes through it, which, for us, as we're sort of saying, we either know that we want to get it, don't want to get it. If we're like Nicole, we just need a reason to be able to justify getting it. So the targeting of it, I think, can be a little bit different.
I mean, outside of Lego, the only other reason I watch reviews is, I'd say, more for like techie things. I like my tech stuff. So, if I'm going to get a new camera, I will look and I will get the top rating, top 5 cameras, and I will go through every single one and watch reviews, live reviews, from people across YouTube. And that's what I will do. And that's my research in what I want to then inform me as to what is my best purchase. And I suppose if somebody's outside looking in at Lego and they want to get their first Lego set, then having these reviews online from Lan and from not from Lan, from other people, well, Joe Public, will give them a good variety of points of view.
It's interesting that you say that, because I'm much the same. Like, outside of, sometimes you need to buy something. It's a relatively expensive purchase. You don't know much about it. You want to do some research into it, but not going over the top. Because there's certainly with sales, there's a sort of thing that if you present it with more than 3 or 4 choices, your brain just doesn't know how to handle that. So you need to distill it down and go, okay. And that's probably why you get the top 5 most 2003 budget cameras, or this range or that or whatever. But as you're saying that, it's sort of like, I've only seen a couple of people, like at Christmas, who will do that. And it may have been even Orion or something. You go, here are the top 5 sets that you can get within this price range. But a lot of the reviews that we're getting are not focused towards that. They're like, here's a set, here's the great detail in the set. There's no sort of comparison point. Is that the same purpose in that way, or is that?
Well, one of the things I think I said in chat before was, I think reviewers should talk about price, and it's something that they skip over. A fair amount of them don't even chat about price, probably because in Lan they don't pay it, So,
or they explicitly say they're not going to talk about it because they don't want to seem like they're moaning.
Yeah,
like I remember there was someone that said that.
I mean, the X set, I want the X set. It looks like a great set. I'd love to get the X set. I'm not paying what they're asking for it.
Yeah, right.
Which is why I always find it interesting with the Bricklink Designer Sets, because you never see any Lan people review those ones, because they never actually go and buy them. And I think that's really and then the high price point and everything there for it.
I've seen Brixie get a few.
Yeah, Brixie's with anyone.
Like, he's had the bowling alley. I remember watching his review of that when that came out. But I can't remember.
But it's very interesting that you say that there are reviews out there who do not focus, at least to a certain degree, on the price. Because I would argue that apart from the price, there is no bad Lego set. Lego is usually well structured. Usually the instructions are in a manner that almost everyone can build it. The price in itself, that's usually the and whether you like it. If it's the price is reasonable but you hate it for whatever reason, or it's not your cup of tea, you cannot, even if it were for free, you couldn't take everything in from Lego. Even if Lego would be willing to send you all the Lego that you can fit into your, at one point you would tell them stop. So
stop it.
Yeah.
I'd agree. No. Lego, for me, Lego never has a poor year. Sometimes you reflect back and think, yeah, it could have been a little bit better, but they make so many sets, Lego, and you're not going to buy every single Lego set. And I'm pretty much assume that all the sets that we've bought, we liked.
Yeah, but there are some sets which are, the price is challenging.
Oh yeah, daylight robbery. Some of them are. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, that new X-Men jet, that should be half that price. But
Yeah.
just getting back to something you said, that in terms of Lego always make a good set. I mean, the first thing when you said that, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, was the Hulkbuster, the big one, and a lot of that was because the proportions are off, and everybody sees that right away. And you've since had a fan go through and basically using that set, rebuild it in the proper proportions or more close to it, with using the same pieces. So it's kind of like, well, and there are a lot of the times, and this gets to a point that Jake Studs made last week in terms of Lego is a stylized toy. And then sometimes you're complaining because it doesn't have the detail as, say, like a proper statuette or a Hasbro toy or whatever else. And I think there's a point to that. It's still finding the happy medium with it. Like, within what you've given there, is the detail correct? Not so much, well, it's Lego, therefore we can just give them a pass on everything. Like,
but then they've obviously identified that, like, with the communities and all these networks that you can apply for, like LAN and stuff, like, they have definitely acknowledged and are now building on the fact that there is an adult fan base and that adults buy a massive amount of like the sets for themselves. So that's why they've got the 18+ sets and stuff. So it's kind of like, I think they're way past that point now where they can kind of gloss over some of this stuff to save a bit of money because the kids won't notice, because actually there's a lot of big kids now that are like really funding a lot of this now. So it's like,
but there are a lot of big kids who buy sets because they want the minifigs, or there are big folks like me. I have no knowledge of cars, so sometimes I buy a car. I'm not a real car, Lego car, a small car, and I build it, and I'm happy. I'm a happy camper, but I am very lucky. I don't know the real thing on the street. I just look at it. I had a fun experience building it. That does not look like a Camaro. I keep on telling that my Land Rover is a Ranger. It's a car, has 4 wheels. What do I know?
But you get a lot of people that will like dissect when the minifigs come out, though. Like, there's people on this panel that feel passionately about when they, like, some don't have like arm prints or leg prints and stuff, and things like this are molds. So even that, like, even if people are just buying the set for the figs, like, that's another thing they can't really gloss over anymore because they're so collectible now.
Well, with the adults as well, you've got to look. There's people who like this nostalgia of the old Lego. So when you get newer sets which are more model-like and more display-like, they actually don't like that. They actually prefer the clunky, older-looking, nostalgic sets, you know. And they might even, I mean, I think Mayo does it. He takes newer sets and he actually makes them look older. You know, he makes them look retro. Because he prefers that kind of the brick built, the actual bricks, rather than all the plates and the little all the elements and stuff. So
I just wanted to quickly, TJ, I know that he probably ran away because he did make a couple of really good points there. In terms of watch the Ninjago reviews from people who know very little to get an outside perspective. I thought that was quite interesting and detailed. And then if I ever do reviews again, I want to do accuracy to the TV show segment, which is not something Lan Reviews can do since they post reviews before the new seasons come out. I thought that was interesting because certainly when we had him on, was the wrap up, I think, end of last year, and he was talking about his mocks and how, you know, he's having to either pick a season like the room because it was only showed from one angle or something like that. So I think that would be really interesting to do, like if he sort of did it in a bit of that sort of flavor or vein. And then loving this discussion. Cool. Appreciate that. And
one thing I really liked about your reviews, Martin, I watched some of yours lately. I really liked how you had a timer, because you never hear really people saying how long it took them to build it, and they got me thinking of, like, I imagine that might be something that a lot of people are interested in, but, like, I don't know, like parents, like, how long is this going to keep my kid busy for?
Yeah,
like,
on those videos, you know where I got that from? It's because I I've also got a 3D printer, and when you watch 3D printers working, typically they'll put a timer in the background, so you'll see. Because even though you see a 3D print, if you got it on a speed at a time lapse, it looks super quick, and then you actually get one. You're like, this is going to take 24 hours. And you're like, And I thought, oh well, I'll put a timer in because then, based on the set size, you'll see how long it actually takes to build. And I don't consider myself a slow builder when I'm on my own, just with stuff. I just get on. So I
thought that was a really good touch.
Yeah.
Now that you've done that, that could create a new metric. It's like pound per time. It's sort of like how long is my money going to stretch in building time? Like, you know, if I pay this £20 and I build it in 2 minutes, as opposed to paying this £200 and it take me 10 hours. Like,
well, thanks for thought I'll pop a little timer in and we'll see how some of them normally it's around like 3 or 4 hours. So,
it was quite nice. It wasn't like just good to get a gauge, because I do really want to get the XA1 because I watched a review of that, and it did make it very tempting, and especially with the whole thing with it retiring, and it's like I'm probably not gonna. I do want it, but
I feel so bad for you because I bought it from Amazon years ago, and I do not know how many price raises are between.
There was one. I think the first year it was out, they had like one of those Amazon flash deals or whatever. And at one stage, it was £86 for like 2 hours. Like, it was a great deal with that. But I think that's the one set which I've seen which pretty much nobody ever puts the stickers on. That one, because it's got, like,
and I'm glad I didn't, because in the new film they've repainted it. The car's brand new again in the new film.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have surprised me if they retire that one. It's like a Disney castle. There's the next flavor comes out next year.
I'd actually be happy if they brought out the firehouse again, because I don't have that. So that would be great. Please, Lego.
It's I think that was one of the first builds when I got back into it, which like one of the first modulars that I built, or modular style. And the thing about that one is the brickwork on that is so tedious, because you've got like every single layer and it's all tiled with snot, and after a while you're just like, oh no, I can't do this. I heard the kids, surely you want to do it, and they do like a layer or two and then they turn the page. It's like, I got to do that again. It's like, we can play But it's one of those ones, sometimes a little bit like Technic, like it's painful, but then when you get through the other side of it, it can be quite good with that. But I guess the original way that we got onto this topic in terms of a hill that you'll die on, and it was Jake Studs and review content. So I've sort of during the week asked our panel if they had any of their, what's one topic or issue or take on things that you would die on a hill sort of defending. Does anybody want to sort of jump into it?
Harry Potter.
Okay. Yeah, go.
Wait, how long have we got left on the stream, though?
Definitely. I can defend that till the cows come home.
Right, go.
I've got valid.
That's an easy one, because no one would ever say anything against Harry Potter. It's the holy grail of movies, of
well, not to Chris, they wouldn't.
Do you not read some of our chat? Like,
but I'm open for criticism. I'm open for criticism because, like, nothing is flawless, and anything can be improved in this world, even Harry Potter. Yeah.
Okay.
So what was your hill? What needed defending on it? Just anything Harry Potter you would defend?
Well, there's always little tweaks. There's no such thing as a perfect set. But Harry Potter, I'm emotionally connected to nearly every single set, but anything could be tweaked. You could look at example. See, I'm thinking really hard about this because it is difficult to criticize it.
Read comments.
Like the new Durmstrang ship. If you look at the new Durmstrang ship that's been rumored, that's meant to be being designed alongside the Beauxbatons Academy, which we've already had. That came out 4 years ago. We haven't had a Durmstrang since the theme rebooted. So you could actually maybe not build the Beauxbatons Academy and use all those extra pieces to flesh out the Durmstrang ship.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's one of probably many areas for improvement.
Wait, have you addressed Monarch's comment though? Like about the pigeon?
What's that?
Have you addressed Monarch's comment about the finger pigeon?
Oh yeah, that's a terrible set. It's awful.
No, I love it.
Which one's this? This is Hedwig, the flattened Hedwig, right?
Yeah.
Hedwig's just
Deadwig.
Hedwig, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Hedwig's just given birth, right? One last push. Maybe Hedwig's just falling out. It's like that scene, you know, that film. What is it like? Is it Big Fish, where that baby just comes flying out of that woman, and the baby's skidding all down the corridor?
What the hell have you been watching?
I can't say I've seen it, but
It's a good film. It's got Ian McGregor in. It's a bit like that, but yeah, that set's just
Not how it works.
No.
It would be a lot funner, I guess, if it did work like that.
Depends for who. But
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but Hedwig, she's adorable. She's it's,
She looks a bit startled.
yeah, and she looks a bit dying, but the moment is captured beautifully.
That set, they could have just made Sirius Black's bike, which Hagrid owns. They could have actually made a set where he collects Harry Potter at the beginning of Deathly Hallows, not this strange looking baby owl thing. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. I think it's too juvenile. I think it's a bit too silly. It's not needed.
Yeah.
It's like you're
I'm criticising it. I'm meant to be defending this, but
yeah, I was going to say that hill looks quite far away, mate.
No, but this is the fun part is that we'll all give our little like topic of discussion, and then everyone else has to be like, "But what about this though? Have you thought about that?"
Yeah.
Be a very short stream otherwise. Be like, "Yeah."
Let's have a couple. First one.
Although Monarch seems to be disputing Bonnie's comments from earlier.
Stop! What?
Yeah, no spoilers, Maxine, just because you know how what actually happens. I had a couple. One of them, it's not really a hill to die on, more just a gripe. There's kind of two gripes for the Lego community, I guess. One is people just don't seem to understand what the word modular means in the Lego community and think that it means that you can take layers off of a building rather than a modular building is the building itself is modular and you put it into different places in the city and you can put them next to each other in different order. But you constantly hear people, I'm doing a mock and I'm going to make it modular. Oh, cool. And then they're just like, and I'm going to be able to take this floor off. It's like, why, how, like, why, how has it come to this? Like, why are people saying that's modular?
Never come across that before, to be fair.
No, really. I notice it all the time, and it's really, it's just one of them things that just gets me. As soon as I noticed it, I was like, I'm never going to stop noticing this now.
So how would you define modular in one sentence?
What, as in the meaning of modular?
Yeah, modular.
Like, so
you find it earlier by saying it. So like, oh, and this is modular because you can modular it. Like, it's so like, okay.
That doesn't
so
work.
modular is being able to take different components or something that all fit together, and you can put them in different. You can put them in different like connect them in different ways. So you can Yeah, 2 cents.
Congratulations,
What?
you described Lego.
yeah.
I was going to say that.
Lego is modular. Yeah, exactly. Lego system is a modular system because you can take different things and put them together in all sorts of different ways.
But you still defined it using it. A modular system is a Lego.
Well,
Did you snip that bit, Matt? You need to snip this bit out. Not all you've done it.
Well, okay. Well, I'm going to look up the meaning of modular, and then I'll just read you the dictionary definition.
Using the word modular, now I'm going to look it up.
Because I can't explain it off the cuff right now exactly what it means doesn't mean I don't.
Sorry to put you under that pressure, mate.
No, it's all good. Let me have a look. So, cookies.
Okay, in the meantime, Lego brick is modular. A Lego building is a
consisting of separate parts that, when combined, form a complete whole. So you could, the example I always have of something being modular, there was these phones that were going to be made. So you'd have a module that was a camera, a module that was the screen, a module that was a speaker, and you could put them together, make your own phone that you wanted, depending on what you prioritize. So if you prioritize the camera, you put a camera module on. If you prioritize music, you put a speaker module on instead, and you piece it together. But with a modular Lego building, you can't go and take the roof off of the Parisian restaurant and go and put it on the boutique hotel, because that's what modular would mean in the way that people use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then the way that you use it, just trying to play devil's advocate, because I get your point. Okay, I can't take this floor from the Parisian restaurant and put it into the brick bank or something like that. But then when you describe a modular, are you talking about the building as a whole?
Yeah. Yeah, so the building as a whole is a module within a city.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking at a module within.
I'm just thinking of it as an enclosed building.
But then it's got the pins to connect it, hasn't it? It's got the pins, Technic pins in the holes.
You're still looking at it in terms of it's on a discrete unit, whether it's 16 by 16 or 32 by 32 or 32 by 48, and it's got to connect together. Is that how?
Sorry, I was distracted by. Say that again. Sorry, I was distracted by Mark saying that I was stumbling, which I was very much stumbling down that hill. I got back up there slowly. I'll keep my head held high.
All you stumbling is the funniest thing. Tumbling down that hill you're on, mate. So, in terms of, I'm just trying to understand how you define modular in terms of, if you're looking at it as a building. Does it mean that it's on like a standardized size base plate or something? So whether it's 32 by 32 or 32 by 16, and that it can connect to others. Because then how would you define? Yeah. You know how you get some of these what are they, like 3-in-1 building sets, which are like buildings. Yeah. Would you consider them modular or not?
No, but they're not called modular buildings. Because the modular buildings is like the yearly one, right?
So is
like
Daily Bugle modular?
Sorry?
Is Daily Bugle a modular to you?
Yeah. Because it's got the connections. It's got the
it's an enclosed building. I think that's the key thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the base plate as well. It's the whole thing. Basically, if it's going to go in a city, it's a module. Because with like the 3-in-1s, you get people modularizing it by putting on a base plate and making it so that it can go into a city and putting a back to it and everything.
Yeah.
The set as a whole with the base plate is the base plate's pretty key in it, to be honest. When you break it down, because that's what you fit into the city, really.
Yeah. My understanding of modular then is where you have something that has components that can be interchanged.
Yeah.
So So you have something so like a prefabricated house. As long as all the rooms were exactly the same size, you could rearrange the arrangement of that house, and that would be a modular building.
Yeah. Yes. You put it much more gracefully than I did.
But that would mean there are, for example, the Friends theme. There are sets which are not enclosed. They are not on base plates, but all of the sections can be arranged within.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's modular.
The new Monkey Kid Mega Palace, whatever one, because you can move all the parts
Yes.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a modular.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. When I said about base plate being key, in terms of the modular buildings, but yeah, because you've got the friends community one where you can swap the floors around as well. So that would be modular.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like the Hogwarts Castle, isn't it? The green roofs. You can just keep changing it. You can create your own.
Move it. Yeah, rearrange it. Yeah.
But it's not because you can take the roof off necessarily, except for the friends ones where because you can't take the floors apart and then swap them around.
Yeah, so like the museum, you can't take the middle floor and put it on the bottom because you've got a pavement stuck on the bottom floor.
Yeah, exactly that.
Cool.
Just me always thinking, wait, this Rex has a parachute. Bail out. So funny, yes.
I'm dying on this hill. It doesn't matter. This is the whole point. I didn't say it would be a graceful death. Or necessarily on top of the hill. Maybe that was bottom of it.
Was that a Friends reference, Minifigu? I feel like is that not when Chandler's in that waiting room in the hospital and he says that and he's trying to get away from Monica? I feel like... Not that I know Friends inside out.
So we had Madlib come through and translate Ollie's Hill to Die On. And this was number 1, so I can't wait for number 2.
Oh, I won't go into it. I let someone else go.
But you're on such a roll with it.
Come back to me because I'll try and figure out how to actually word
it. Figure out your definition this time. You know
what
you're
what it meant in my head.
You know that like meme or Vine, I can't remember what they're called, like the old version of like not TikToks, but like, there was this little kind of slightly chubby kid who was like, you know, when you want something, or he was trying to describe something. He's grown up now. Does anyone know the clip I'm on about? He's just like, you want when you know what you want, and then you know what you want, or something. And he cannot get what he's saying right. I need to find it, but oh my god, that's what it reminded me of. Yeah. Getting those references.
Anyone want to follow up after Ollie?
Yeah. I suppose I only have one thing, which is I would say as an adult fan, as an AFOL, you shouldn't ever really hide the fact that you enjoy Lego. So be proud of the fact that you are a Lego fan. You know, because like I think Trevor said before we got on with me as well. Before we really got onto YouTube and stuff, I didn't really know of the community as a whole. And I do think it's quite hidden or, you know, behind the scenes. Unless you're stepped into the circle, you don't know of it as well. And I think if people were just a bit more forward with saying, I like playing with Lego as like, you know, 40, 50, 60-year-old men, then or women or people in general, then yeah, I think that's just my thing. I think you should, you know, just be proud of it, you know. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, people at work know I play with Lego, and there's even somebody at work who's older than me, and we talk about it all the time. In fact, they tell us stop talking and get back to work. You know?
Yeah, that's what I do. I incorporate Lego into my professional delivery of teaching. So, like, I'm working with a new group, part of my PhD research, pre-intervention stage, and I basically had 3 cones: green, blue, and red. And I asked questions, know your coach. And I asked them the question, you know, what is my favorite toy? And I said, you can hop over to the blue if you think it's Hot Wheels, hop over to the green if you think it's Lego, or And I said, hop over to the third cone if you think it's Polly Pocket. And yeah, so I always do that. I always sneak Lego in my everyday life to celebrate it. And I work with high school students who've been excluded, who need alternative provision. I still tell them. They take the mick out of me, but I still do it. I still tell them I Lego.
How a question for everyone, including the chat. How do you feel about exposing Lego in your home outside of your Lego room?
Oh,
Do you
Lego's
display
all over.
it?
I don't.
Yeah.
Mine's all over.
Well,
You can't miss it.
Yeah.
You're asking me or my wife, because we're kind of at opposite ends.
You,
Then I
your
have
wife,
in the middle.
you, your wife, and your friends and family. Because I'm living on my own in my apartment, and I made the experience that when I moved to this apartment, that there are certain people who believe that a hobby belongs into a hobby room. That why is there a hobby room? And the rest, the official apartment house, should be for general public and should be then neutral. I strongly believe, and I'm with Martin, in my living room there is Lego as well, because my home reflects who I am, not who's come to visit me.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it was when you said like the living room's for the general public. I'm like, you're not running a mall or
no.
your house. Like you should be able to like have it how you want. Like I personally like even though we've got Lego in the living room at the moment, that's just like so that I can continue building until we have the Lego room. But personally, my own preference is that I like, and I've said to Aaron as well with his little men, those little Warhammer men, that I would rather we kept things in our hobby rooms, because like Lego, as much as Lego takes up most of my life these days, it's not all of who we are, and I still kind of want to have that kind of like nice living room cozy feeling where things are separate and stuff like that. But in saying that, there are certain sets that like I think they do have a really good place around your home. So like I've not built it yet, but we have like the Jazz Quartet set, and we've already like both said simultaneously that would look really good on the piano and things like this. So like there's certain sets like, or like the botanical sets would probably look good like displayed elsewhere and stuff like that.
I've got the orchid. So the orchid so far is the only set that I've got outside of my Lego room, other than my Christmas display. Had that in the living room.
We did too as well.
But yeah, that's the only one. I quite like keeping it contained to here. I did used to have it everywhere, and packed everything up for a house move that fell through, and then I kept it contained, as it were. My wife liked it for starters, because I think she got a bit overwhelmed by the fact there was Lego everywhere in nearly every room, other than the kitchen, bathroom, and that was only because I don't want to get grease on it in the bathroom. Steam on it in the moisture. No, grease on it in the kitchen.
What Lego are you cleaning in the bathroom?
Duplo. Got Duplo in the bathroom as well. But
I do quite like that separation.
That's the other thing I was going to say is like if you have kids, like that's the reason I don't want my Lego. Emphasis on my Lego, because we buy her Lego, we buy her loads of other stuff. Like I don't feel guilt when I buy stuff in the Lego store anymore, because I think about how much we buy her. So I don't like, but I don't like. It sounds really bad. You know what comes to mind is like bloody Will Ferrell in the Lego movie, and I'm like, I don't want to become him. Like I'm not going to like the Craggle stage, but like I don't want to become like the Craggle and like this like character, but. Obviously, I'm not gluing Lego or anything like that, but I don't know. I think I might get a little bit anal and like, don't move my city. Like I like everything.
We had some friends come over on the weekend, and on Saturday and Sunday, they both two sets of friends each had a kid, and they came and saw the room, and I was just like, oh god, please don't. Before it happened, I was like, oh, it's kids, it's Lego, it's meant to be played with. And then when they were in here, I was like, I didn't think I said anything, but it was just in my head, I was like. Don't you dare
Yeah. Or you should just like, I think I'll just like have like a kind of, I was looking at like, these are my spares like from builds that I've been doing until we get the Lego room started. And I'm like, I could just have like my own little like, what are they called in the Lego stores when they have like the bits for kids to play at, like the bins?
Oh, yeah.
Like the building stations.
Yeah.
Free
Just
place.
set one of them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we have like a nephew who's like 4, and he came round and it was like, oh, Aaron's family all live nearby, so they love that impromptu visit. And I happen to have like the. It's fine, none of them watch this anyway. No offense.
No one was going to watch that anyway.
No, it's fine. This is fine. It's a different part of my life. Like I was building the Natural History Museum at the time. It was on the dining table, and like the dining table's like big enough, and I thought, oh, if I just push it far back enough, he won't be able to reach it. And like his mum and stuff just let him do whatever the hell he wants, to be honest. And like I was kind of thinking, like I was like, oh, hopefully he knows not to touch other people's stuff. But eventually he clocked it, and I was like, ah, crap. And like, and we were all like, right, you don't touch that. That's Maxine's Lego. That's not your, because he plays with Lego as well. And he just like went like this, and like something flicked off, and I was like. And then Aaron was like, you did leave your Lego out. And I'm like, I'll just take it into the other room.
We did have, it was quite nice on the Sunday because I've got like a bin bag of Lego that I got from my parents. So like my old Lego from when I was a kid. And I was like, do you want to come play with this Lego? And just took a big bin bag down to the living room and was actually like seeing a kid play with Lego. I was like, I said, this is what it's actually for. Like, yeah.
I would quite enjoy doing that with like my nephew, or like when Nova and this one's older and stuff. Like I'd happily do that, but it's just designated Lego.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
You know.
I spent time and care and effort on this one.
You can get this covered in boys and snot, that's fine, but not this.
I was going to say, if you look on eBay, you can actually buy those old Lego bins.
Yeah, the ones that like open up into like, blanket, right?
You just base plates on them and stuff. Yeah.
Because I've seen like the tables that have like the studs in like IKEA.
Yeah, okay.
But they're not really that deep. Like I wouldn't call that a bin. That is literally like, you know, just to store some bricks and not very much, but yeah. We're way down the line until we get to that point. Right now it's Duplo for a while. So but yeah.
Yeah, you can sometimes when people come in to that's what you're saying. And the models are a little bit more fragile or whatever, you can get quite a bit anxious. It's because you're sort of like, yes, I don't want to seem like this crazy old person who's not letting you play with Lego, but at the same time,
yeah,
not that one, or that one, or that one. Here's a pile of crappy bricks. Go for your life.
Because they'll be thinking as well, you can just fix it because it's Lego. And I'm like, yeah, but I chalked out the manual and I have to go online.
I mean, you wouldn't let, like some people, I'm just a random example here. I mean, some people might have Royal Dalton figurines on the shelf, somewhere, and then like you don't want your kids playing with that. But some Lego sets are of similar value, and you don't want them touching that. And some Lego is unfortunately not always there to be played with. You know, it's there to be just put on display.
Yeah, this is for display, guys.
Lego's to be played with or on display.
Does it like chomp as well?
Chomp. Chomp any little fingers that come for it. Lie, just while I've got this up on the screen. And I know it's only the 18th of January, but I have actually built quite a few sets in the last 18 days. I think this is my favourite build of the year so far. It's actually so much fun to build. It's so good. It's a narwhal. It's a narwhal. It's so, and you can actually, it's got alternative builds, so you can have it with a hanging basket, or you can have it like the basket's coming off the back. So it's
okay.
I don't know why you would do that. So but yeah, I just love it. And her hairpiece is so cool. Like it's more glittery and transparent than what I thought. But yeah. I think this like has a place in, because I know we were talking about like themes before and not wanting to get into too many themes, but I think for me, I'm just like, I like to pick from certain things. I mean, this could go in a city. It's a hot air balloon, just like floats around next to the outhouse or something. But, I think it's a really, I got that obviously just under a tenner. Yeah. Like, for everything that it came with, like all the really cool parts. I'm tempted to get another one. I don't know why.
Sorry, for the tenner, you got the minifig, that and that build. That's
and I got these as well. So there's like
cool. Yeah.
This guy's funny. I don't really know what's going. He's like holding like a missile carrot or something.
I couldn't help but notice that it's got my favourite tree piece of the moment in the clips that hold the the bars for the basket underneath.
Together.
Oh right, yeah.
They're brown, like that you can stick bars in. Yeah. It's
funny.
I might store the bunny in here, so what was it?
That's a good one. I mean, for a tenner, that's pretty good value when you think about it. Big
Like, I genuinely want to get another one. Yeah.
But as soon as you said that, is like, you know, in terms of it opening up and things, it's like, if you made it yellow, it could be Pac-Man.
But this is when your mock head starts turning on, you know? Like, so, yeah. I'm like going on about how don't touch that, don't play with that, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, let me do it. No.
No, it's really cool. I just love the shade of purple as well. It's like a lilac-y purple. It's really nice. It's really cool.
And then I've just seen this lovely comment from Monarch. I want to thank you all. I had my fun for building my mock, listening in. Oh, brilliant.
excellent.
I don't think. Did you comment earlier what mock you're actually building or something like that? If not, just sort of let us know. I'd be curious then.
I think he's doing I can't remember which one he's doing, but he's doing a modular, like the junk. There's a technique where you use all random pieces. You swap all the pieces out from a set for ones that you've got. So, like his modulars that he's displayed before he's done like a Parisian restaurant, I want to say, and like the brick bank, but not with the original pieces. So he just got various, recolored it basically.
I was going to do that as well. Yeah.
Lying around sort of thing. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. And before Lady McBrick runs away, what was her hill to die on?
Well, I really very enthusiastic when I hear the term fake Lego, because I strongly believe that when it comes to pieces, unless there is on top of a piece, usually from Lego, there is imprinted the word Lego. If someone fakes that, the imprinting of Lego on the piece, hard to say, but but you have to trust me. This is not fake Lego. This is real Lego, because imprinted on the stud, you can see the word Lego. But there are other companies which use bricks as it, to a large degree, totally legit, to just create your own bricks and pieces. And this is bricks and pieces from different companies. And it's not fake Lego. It's Jingbao, Go Bricks, Panos, what have you, Kobe, Mega. Those are all not fake Lego. They are Mega or Kobe. And I have a pet peeve when I hear something described as fake Lego. It's totally different when a Lego set, the design of it, is stolen, and you have two different sets looking identical, and then it is fake Lego, but not based on the pieces. It's based on the design. Yeah. So
yeah, like a lot of your Lepin stuff is just wholesale copies of Lego down to the box art. You know, obviously just changing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay,
Right.
so you're saying it in terms of when people say sort of like fake Lego, it's almost like to discount any other sort of brand when it's, you know, it's sort of like it's like it's Lego and nothing almost is the implication.
Right, and it's always it goes along that when someone says, "Oh, look at this set," then the question is it Lego? Then it's equal already, it's fake Lego. And that implements at the same time that the quality of it is not the standard of Lego, which does not really need to be the case. There are sets which are not of the quality of Lego, but there might be sets as well which are of better quality than Lego or different quality of Lego, and that I really struggle with and get a wee bit upset about it, because no one would tell the handy and the mobile Samsung is a fake Apple. No, you buy a Samsung or you buy an Apple. When you just look at it, two different squares, if it's turned off, it looks identical to me. But a Samsung is not a fake Apple, and a BMW is not a fake Mercedes. Two different kinds of cars, both with 4 wheels, doing the same functionality of driving you from A to B, but one is not a fake of the other.
Yeah, agreed. It's an alternative, isn't it? People don't. It's not even, is it even alternative? Might not even be putting it right. It's just another brick company.
Yeah, it's just a brand. The brand name.
Yeah.
Like it's it's like when people talk about Hoovers, or I suppose they call it something else, and well, they actually call them vacuum cleaners in America. But like here, we'll call them a Hoover. Yeah. But actually, Hoover is actually because of the name of the company.
It's a brand. Yeah.
But they're actually vacuum cleaners. But like, yeah, same thing. I don't get it either, Nicole. I'm with you on that one. I think it's just like people get. I think there's some people in the Lego community that are just so passionate to the point of being like borderline angry about it. Like, and I don't understand why. Like I agree. Like if they steal a design, that's a different story. But that's stealing a design. That's not stealing the. They're not printing Lego on the bricks. So
right.
I don't see what the issue is.
Yeah. And as we sort of, because this came up in our little chat previously, Lego is not the first building block. It was actually copied from, somebody will correct me, was it KiddieCraft?
Yeah.
And so, there have been all sorts of, building blocks before Lego came along, KiddieCraft being one of them. Yes, Lego, to their credit, when they came along, after a while, they went, these don't, because they had the original designs didn't have the tubes or the anti-studs in them. So when you put them together, they didn't, clutch as well. And they came along and put the tubes in, which, then it made it really clutch and things. So yes, they did innovate, but particularly the story that they perpetuate through their, I think, Lego animation is that, he was at a toy fair and they were thinking, oh, how can we use this toy and reuse it? And, that was the spark and this, that, the other. It's like, no, it already existed. They just copied it off the British one. I think it became ironic because I think in the end they bought out the company KiddieCraft from the person just before they died anyhow. So they are, they do kind of actually own it outright now. So it's kind of like full circle. But certainly that sort of snob idea that Lego or nothing sort of thing. It's
right.
Lego purist, right?
Yeah, and especially when then someone buys some brand, not Lego, some brand, and then proves it that this brand is not up to the standard. But that does not mean that all of the others are. There are poor quality bricks and high quality bricks. And it's like if I drove a Japanese car, I would never say, only BMW is the only car that's good, because I had one brand of a different car. Now, that's proof that all of the other cars must be bad as well. And I have one experience with BMW, and that was brilliant. So BMW rules.
Yeah.
And it's really strange because for some reason, at least it's my impression when it comes to minifigures, custom built minifigures, the vibe in the community changes totally, because custom built minifigures is okay, but
that's interesting.
why? It's
Is there a difference though? Again, there's like a level of, I think, custom minifigures that are printed on official Lego pieces are held in higher regard than the like ones that you get from China or wherever, which are just they've just taken the minifigure mold and made their own.
Yeah, bless you.
But again,
Thank
like, yeah, like it's the same thing where it if the quality is good enough, then yeah.
But they're still being designed to look like a Lego minifigure, so I think it's just people's way of being able to be like, I'm still like a Lego sort of purist because I'm making a little minifigure of myself, Lego version, like to put into my city or like send to people or whatever. So yeah, it's a good point though.
I do think other people need to take into account the fact that Lego don't cover everything. Kobe does military vehicles, you know, that's what they kind of, I won't say fully focused on. And then you've got Funwhole, who are putting light sets with their Lego, and they're built in specifically to be that way. So, you know, other companies who do construction bricks are doing things that Lego aren't doing, basically. So, you know, and also, I mean, Lego has priced out some people. You know,
this is it, right? Especially in modern, like with the way things are now, like pricing is a big factor.
Exactly.
Do you really think they have priced people out? Because in what sense?
I think if you got like, say you got, I don't know, 1,000 pieces of Lego, you're probably going to pay somewhere close to 100 or just over £100.
Yeah.
If you got 1,000 pieces from an alternate company, they might be only half the price at like £500, and it could be a very similar build. I won't say it's exactly the same because then you're going copying designs, but it could be a similar build. You could have a shack from Lego and a shack from Weebrick or somewhere else, and the costing will be vastly different.
Yeah, because go on.
No, you go.
No, I was just saying because you know, because I've heard that several times. You know, like Lego is pricing people out, and they probably have, but it's like Lego have made so many sets at various prices. If you can't get, because I know a load of people who probably can't afford to buy Lego at a certain price, or probably don't even justify spending, you know, hundreds of pounds on a Lego set. But if somebody can't buy £100 set for X, Y, and Z reasons, they can buy a cheaper set or just save up. Maybe.
But if there's an alternative to it and you get the same amount of brick for a lower price at equal quality, then why?
And that's where I think, you know, picking up on what Madlib said about Funwhole, you know, I've had reviewed a couple of those sets which were sent to me, and you know, you do look at the price because they generally, as you said, they're designed so that as you're going, you're building light kits into it. So it's not like other ones like the modulars. You build the modular, you get a light kit, and you got to take it half apart, and you know, it's very, very different. And most of them were sitting, you know, 2,000 pieces plus the light kits, and they're about £100, even less. Which, you know, if you were to do the same thing in Lego, you'd be probably 200 or something. And the quality, the clutch power on them is actually stronger than Lego. Like some of the tiles, once you put together, it's like I don't want to take them back up because they're not.
I've heard that as a criticism though, to the point because it like you can't take them apart or it's painful. So is that's kind of works in Lego's favor because they've got the clutch power right.
They've got the click right, I would say. I call it the click because it's kind of like Lego goes together in such a way that it does feel like I feel like it grips enough, but not so much that you couldn't take it off if you make a mistake or you want to move things or something. But like other brands that I've reviewed as well, it's kind of like once they're stuck on, it's like squeaky, sort of like it's like a little bit of a strain to get it back off for whatever reason, and that I feel like that reflects in the quality of it. And it just doesn't feel as satisfying. I know it sounds daft, but it's a little bit of a satisfying. Like you realize how much like of the building experience is with you placing the bricks, if that makes sense.
The one experience I've got of alternative bricks, well, I was really impressed, to be honest, both with the quality of the bricks, because that whole, they click together, you can take them apart, because I did make mistakes and I had to take apart, and yeah, I was actually surprised at just how close it was to have the same quality as Lego. And this was like DK, I think, so it came from China, and there's a whole thing about Chinese knockoffs being low quality and all this. But yeah, and also the techniques used, like I mean, they stole the IP. It was a Disney IP, and they clearly didn't pay the IP tax.
But that goes again into design. For the bricks in itself, I really try to understand what the problem is, because either the quality is poor, then the pieces can easily be mixed in my collection, because I would feel right away this is poor quality, I sort it out, and this is high quality. It's not Lego, but the quality is equal. So what does it really matter whether it's Lego or not? It's compatible, follows the same logic. So why is my collection now the kind of tainted because there are pieces in it which are not actually Lego? It would be different if I sold it and would claim that a certain set is 100% Lego set.
It's a finishing touch. It's a bit like if you was buying a, I don't know, I suppose, I don't know, tracksuit or something like that. If you like into like Nike or Adidas, you know, if you take that logo away, you're not going to be interested in it.
But why? If the shoe is
it's identity. It's what you want to be associated with. For me, I'm a Lego purist. I like that. I like what Lego is and what it represents. I'm a purist through and through. I won't be in. I'm not interested in non-Lego brands. But I'm like you. I don't like saying it's fake Lego. I don't like that term. I use the term non-Lego. I only stick to Lego because I'll only associate myself with Lego.
Yeah. I think the point about mixing your bricks is maybe to do with like it can strain your Lego, can it not? Like that's what a lot of people say. Like even things like when you get these display cases, a lot of people recommend you put like an actual Lego like 2x1 or something on first before you put a minifig on, because it can strain the minifigs and stuff. Hi, Dreb. I've heard that like loads and loads of times. So like the only non-Lego that I will mix with mine is literally like, because base plates are well overpriced, like £8 a base plate. So like I'll buy a pack for the same price of like one to get like, I don't know, like 6 or 8. Just so that I can do the Mills plating.
Mills plating on top,
yeah. That's the only kind of like. But even then, I don't really mix them because base plates take up like a whole door. But that, I think that's maybe the only argument people might have for that is just to do with like not wanting to strain the Lego. But
might just have to pause it there for a little bit. It's Nicole's pumpkin hour, so
I rally the troops, cause havoc, and then I leave. Like, okay,
drop that grenade.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sure there's still, I feel, more conversation which is going to come out of this, so it almost feels bad to do that. But I know that you have work commitments and things tomorrow. So if you just want to take us through what you've built and what's coming up on your socials.
I built a taxi, for the bad reputation that it got, not bad looking. Bit futuristic, but in general, better than expected. Yeah.
It is quite curved.
Yeah, it is. To me, it looks a bit like a hover car. It looks futuristic to me. Yeah.
It does. One of my favorite films is a film called Fifth Element. It's got Bruce Willis. He is a taxi driver. Drives something exactly like that.
I see.
Very cool.
I have now an excuse why I had to buy the Avengers tower. after that, I moved on to the backpack.
cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I think I need to buy more of them.
Honestly, I think I need to get some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And your socials, when are you streaming with Sir Awesome Fishing next?
Tomorrow at 3 p.m. UK time.
Okay, that's on Instagram. So yeah, you can go for a couple hours there. Always good to catch up and see what Sir Awesome Fishing you guys are up to. So definitely check that out on your Instagram. And always great having you in. Sorry we had to sort of cut you off there, but I know I don't want to get the angry message in the morning. Where did you let me stay?
What have you done to me?
So brilliant. No, always good. And I'm sure we'll continue the conversation on. So give you an excuse to watch it on your way to work or something tomorrow anyhow. So
right.
All right then. We'll hopefully see you next week.
I can't wait. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, love to have you.
Bye.
Have a good one.
See you later.
Bye.
That's Nicole there, and started to see Trevor's popped in, and I think everyone sort of loved your animation intro. We sort of did there, and when suggested that maybe others might want to be doing voice work and things like that, I think that generally went over well, and so, to the point that Bonnie even lost her voice over it.
Ironically. Yeah, do it.
And then Trevor's saying, cut me in half, a Lego through and through. Take care, everyone doing well there. And I saw, where was it? Yes, this one, cutting base plates. Yay or nay? What do we think?
Nay.
No, I mean I wouldn't personally, because I don't trust myself to do it. I would just be really annoyed if it wasn't right. I'll just buy the size I need. I don't know.
What would you cut a base plate for?
I did it. Yeah, make it for a shelf.
Hello, sorry.
3 modulars in a row. So it's a Billy bookshelf. This one behind me, in fact, and it can fit on just under 3 32 by 32 base plates in a row. So I had 2 32 by 32s and then cut one, so it's a 31 by 32. So it would fit in.
I mean, I've heard of
under 16 by 32, so it was 31 by 16.
Actually slicing the base
Yeah,
plate.
so it's got a ruler and a Stanley knife and just cut it, and it was really. And I even cut pieces. I did a mirror build of the boutique hotel, and I needed a wedge plate, and they didn't have it. So I just cut the end off of one. It's surprisingly. Yeah.
I've heard of illegal techniques. That's a criminal technique.
That was one of my other hills that I'm doing. Illegal techniques. Who cares about illegal techniques? If it works, it works. But anyway,
what's your definite? If you could define in one sentence, sorry, I didn't do this again. It's a legal technique. What is it?
Martin, do you want to step in and talk for me?
No. Actually, no, I actually think that it was brought up, wasn't it, was it Tiago? I think he said it on one of his videos. In Lego, an illegal technique is something where it will put stress on the bricks. Yeah. So any technique where you will put stress on the bricks. So there's certain ways you can put plates into certain bricks and they can stand up as long as they don't push the studs or something. There's certain.
That's fine. Yeah.
I get that in a holistic sort of way, but then you've got a lot of times they don't recommend, if you leave minifigs displayed for long times, in actually having them in the studs, because then they have a tendency to crack and things. So it's kind of like, where are you drawing the line with that? Because that's putting stress on it, and it's almost like, well, that's something that they have.
Is that really true?
So when you've got a brick like that, where it's wonky, where it's not on properly, that's illegal. But I'm doing that at the moment in the build because it looks better. So
I've seen people build arches with plates and they do that and they just go.
Yeah. Brick bending as well, right? Yeah. So if you line up enough bricks, you can.
Brick bending.
I'll just sorry quickly with this. When I did the House of Dots with Lego in the beginning of 2020, we did that with a couple of the master builders out of Czech Republic. I probably got that wrong, whatever it's called now. And to do that, because you'd have furniture which is basically made out of wood, which is then covered in base plates. We're cutting them the whole time to get them to fit. So it's kind of like, at first when they started doing it, you're sort of like, oh, this is kind of weird. But then after a while, it's like, we just need to get it in there.
Yeah. And you'll get, you'll buy plates off of Bricklink and they've just cut it. They might look quite convincing, but they'll cut like a base plate in half to make these two random sizes. And they'll like even go to the point of like cutting the corner so it's rounded and all of this. But you can see there's a difference in the plastic.
Fair enough. I mean, if Lego needed to cut a base plate, they'd then just probably create that piece. If they're cutting a base plate in their designing process, then they'll probably just like, right, we need a base plate that's this size, and they'll make it themselves. Or,
No.
It's only a piece of plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Trevor provides the get out of jail card for everyone there.
Is that a life? Is that a life?
Yes. Yeah.
Tell you what I would like to see. You can cut technique, you can smash it. I don't care.
Earn it.
What I'd like to see is because I was on a course not long ago, and they was asking me where do I see football in 10 years' time? The next step in football, and immediately my brain was starting to think, where would Lego be in 10 years for some reason? I gave them a good constructive answer. I think football players will wear headsets and so on, right? And I think footballs will be electronical, be able to sense whether it's crossed the line and so on. And I started to think about Lego. I would like to see at some point Lego do. They might have done this. I've probably not seen it. If you take like a brick, let's take this one for example. Do I want to use that as an example? Actually, no. Let's take a masonry brick. Let's look at this one. Right. I would like to see it have two different colors, so it could have blue that side, red that side. So the outside of the building could be a different color to the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that seems like such an obvious one that they've just not done, doesn't it? But then I suppose, like, how would they'd have to figure out how to print that.
They do dual molding, don't they? Dual molded legs, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
but if Lego do two different bricks in two different colors, they can sell twice as much.
Yeah, I imagine its production costs are lower as well.
But the challenge you'll have is when you come to if you're doing a building, when you're coming to the end, because how do you go around the corner? Because you'd see, okay, yes, you'd have one top you could see, but then when you get to the end, you're going to have that little one on the other side that you see.
It's for the Lego engineers to work out. We just give them all the ideas. We just tell them what we want.
Yeah, it'd just be that they would be more of a specialist piece, I suppose, with it on each side. So you'd have ones of it. So say you've got green and blue, you'd have ones that are green all the way through and blue all the way through, and then mix in between. So then you can get around that.
Or just strategically put like a bush there or something outside the building.
Yeah. That's the thing. You just cover it up with something else.
You put a 1x1 round cylinder. So like if the wall's coming like this way and then it's that way, so then you just have the column in the middle, like block or something. But that's future Lego designer problem.
Can I tell you what my hill is now?
Yes.
I think you all know. Well, actually, I had two as well, which I mentioned in our private chat. But we've already touched on leaks a little bit in this already, so I'll go into my other one. But I do think Disney, as a theme, is like the neglected child of the Lego family. And here's why. Because if you think about most of the chat when we're talking about all these leaks that come out, like Star Wars and Harry Potter and stuff like this, the lists of sets are endless. We've had Stitch Brickhead, Where's the rest? Like, and then Star Wars have like an anniversary every other week, feels like. And like, if you go through the Disney like Wikipedia, there's like been a film out or 2 or 3 every year. Where's our anniversaries, guys? Like, come on, like.
There's
like,
a ton of Disney animated films I have not touched.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this because Disney itself is struggling?
I mean, I agree.
Disney's not doing good enough.
There's not enough Lego. There's not enough Lego for kids to build as they watch the film and they get.
I think what you're saying, the real point is that Disney just isn't good enough.
Right.
Just getting eaten, isn't it? But the thing is, Disney have so many opportunities to acknowledge anniversaries. Like in front of me, I've got my wife's plush Disney store soft toys, and there's so many anniversaries. There's so many acknowledgements.
It is. People cry with me, guys. Come on, like this is just so upsetting because I don't understand. As well, it's also just that it's an underrepresented theme all round for Lego, right? But even more so for like Disney adult fans, because obviously, like, you know what happened last year? Obviously, we had like the best year so far, right? Because we had the 100-year anniversary. And then you were all like getting on at me in the private chat about this, and I was like, yeah, it's because it was our birthday. Like, at least we got a little bit of attention. But even then, like that, like Agrabah set that was like having an identity crisis. Like, it was like, is it a princess? Is it like a display piece? It was as if literally the parent was going, oh yeah, it's your birthday. Okay, right. Oh, there's my favorite child. I'm gonna look at you. Oh, we still haven't put it. Just take that. It's like they didn't even look twice at it. They just spent that's going out like that. Like, what was that about? What was that about? Because it's like, if that went out in the Star Wars like theme, oh my god, the uprising would be had. Like, and I think that's why it doesn't happen as much, because like
Star Wars did have a couple of faux pas. I mean, just look at Chewie.
Oh, I know. Like, I'll give you Chewie. That's just like a glorified tree pack. But like, oh my god, at least you got.
If your gift with purchase is Aunt Brew's kitchen, like, come on, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Trev! Like, I know that's that's
in the chat,
bad. But yeah.
You know, Disney was the. How did you phrase it? That Disney doesn't get any love.
Child. Neglect child. Family.
You get a whole year of amazing sets.
Yeah. But it was our birthday. It was the birthday. Like,
I'm grateful.
100 years
I'm grateful.
Disney, and that is what we got, which was good. But now it's back to.
It's like when you give your kid like £50 for their birthday, and they're like, "Yeah, that's nice, but where's the rest of it?" And it's just like, wait a minute.
No.
Okay, the rest of it was a Disney castle, which has been there for so long.
Yeah, and we've got
when
that.
They retired it. They're like, "Okay, let's just do another one."
Yeah,
and then
just the exact same one. They didn't even give it any thought. They didn't even say, "Let's
could have done another one.
Could
have done 2 parcels.
They were just like, "Let's just paint it."
Yeah, and then if that wasn't enough, if you've got your really big one, we'll give you a nice little £30 one and put a little exclusive Mickey figure in with it as well. But no pleasing the Disney fans.
Just as bad as the Star Wars fans.
My blood pressure right now is not good for the parents. But oh my god, it's just like
I just say, I mean,
don't get it.
Based on Lego's biggest IP being Star Wars, Disney's getting a fair chunk of money from that itself. So that's probably one of the reasons why they might focus more
so
on
we should
Star
just
Wars.
take the rays off the Star Wars. Like, it is literally like the older child. Like, it's like that child that goes to uni, becomes a doctor. Like, look at the rays coming off you. Like, the child, the neglected child in the background should be just like, I'm happy. I just get to.
I still live at home. I'm playing video games. Yeah.
I mean, Disney this year are getting. I just think of 2 sets. They're getting Snow White's Cottage, and Disney are also getting a dark Millennium Falcon.
Nah, don't.
There's the Maleficent build, right? As well, Maleficent. There's
well, we haven't heard anything else about it.
Donald Duck, is there?
No,
I hope there's not
Simba.
Maleficent is happening. A buildable Simba's happening. If you go based on that leak that happened a year ago,
I've got my list. I've got my list. Don't you worry, because
I'm sure it's all gonna come. I'm sure you'll be fine.
No, but I want the same kind of like, even though this contradicts my other hill thing about leaks, like Disney's the exception. But like when you are all getting all these lists, I'm actually getting to the point. Maybe it's hormones, guys. I don't know. But like when those lists were getting shared in our little chat, and Chris was all like, "Oh, I'm so happy." I was literally sitting there like green in the face. I was like, "Fuck you!" I'm sorry. I was just getting so annoyed. I was like, I hate this so much. I just need more Disney in my life.
There was hardly anything like on that. Sorry, go.
No, I was just going to say, but you know what? It's fine because every cloud has a silver lining, because now I'm like, I'll just mock the hell out of this. I'll make my own. Like,
there you go.
Screw you, Lego.
Yeah. I agree with Bonnie 100%. I mean, what they achieved last year. I mean, if you look at the sets they built, you didn't actually need the 100th anniversary symbol, or they could have actually just built those sets without it being 100-year anniversary. And what they've built is fantastic, and that is what they should be doing every single year. No question. I think that they should be doing that.
I mean, they did also get Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, that was like a really
Disney 100.
I think no, that was like because it was an idea set, but they clearly like cleverly tied that in with the 30-year anniversary. But even in saying that though, they got that year wrong. That should have came out a year difference.
Got to carry the one, but yeah, close enough.
Would that have been this year or the year before?
The year before. When did it come out? Last year.
It came out last year.
Last year, yeah.
I can't remember now, but it wasn't right, or like 93. Oh no, or maybe it did. It did come out in '93, so maybe it did come out the right year, but it came out in summer, and guys, Halloween. Should come out in Halloween.
I think Disney should now start looking at maybe introducing a new castle every 2 years.
Yeah, you just get loads of shit from bloody Star Wars. Why can't we get castles? There's like so many out there. Like they could do like all the different ones from the theme parks, the ones from the films, the one from TV series. Endless castles. We know people like castles, so give us Disney ones.
Well, they have been doing them as the little ones, but they're not.
Oh, shush, Matt! I don't want a little one. I want a big one.
Mini big scale.
Maybe we'll have a.
I want a modular one. I want a modular castle.
And then, like, from a couple of years prior, you had the Winnie the Pooh with all those little wonderful molds and everything like that. You know, that's not getting any Disney love.
Honestly, right. I don't have time, but for a stream coming soon, we will list the like number of Star Wars, number of Harry Potter, number of like everything, and then like the Disney, and we'll do a comparison, right? Of like, the amount of sets that are coming out. Or someone else can do it, because that takes too much of an effort. But I would like to see the list. I'd like to see the list, and you'll see the comparison and why I am rightly frustrated. And even then, actually, in fact, that does bring up something. Was the Winnie the Pooh set not an ideas set?
Yeah, it was.
And so was Hocus Pocus. So what does that tell you? Everyone's like, build more Disney.
So
here's the
that
ideas.
Disney's getting into too many other themes. That's what it says.
Yeah, that they're having to find other themes. There's all these wonderful ideas, but no. Those slots have got to be taken by Disney as well.
Yeah.
What do you mean as well? Like,
Disney's claiming too much space is what I take from that.
Yous are winding me up, by the way.
This is another idea set. Oh yeah, we haven't touched on Marvel. Disney on Marvel.
More Disney in disguise, and then all the Pixar stuff, the Buzz Lightyear, whatever that nonsense was.
Yeah, I'll give you that. The Buzz Lightyear stuff was literally me just being desperate to buy some like Disney, so I bought it. But actually, in saying that, the little ship in the Buzz Lightyear minifigs were very good.
It was.
Yeah, you're slagging it off, Matt, and you actually like it. What are you talking about?
Look,
you're like, it was crap. No, it wasn't actually really good. It was quick.
I'll give technical credit where it's due. That was,
If Disney did a Hercules line, I'd buy the whole lot.
Oh my god,
I love Hercules.
Can you imagine? Honestly, they should do like a Notre Dame cathedral. They should just do like freaking. They should. There's so much. There's so much. If they want to like get more people into the like, especially because they're talking about getting more girls into it. Like, hello, it's like obvious. Come on.
I'd love to see a Hunchback of Notre Dame set.
That would be amazing. Yeah,
that would be so good. I'm like
Notre Dame. Yeah,
I'm trying to think of like how to even do that, and they could do like a mold for like Quasimodo and all this kind of. It would be like, oh my god, my mouth would be watering over that. I'd be like, yes.
You could literally if you got the Notre Dame castle and you got the little minifig, you could reenact that scene where he's got a castle, the model of the castle on his table, and you're going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Hook. Travis just said Hook. Hook is amazing. They should do Hook.
Yeah, no, he's meant to be Captain Hook, but he's got Captain Cook, which was the guy that went and discovered Australia. So, oh, right, that one.
But yeah, even just like do a mock of like the Jolly Roger and stuff like this. Like, there's so much. So much. We need
you had the whole Pirates of the Caribbean theme.
Yeah, I missed that. I really want that's like stuff I want to get now, and it's like, but even then, that's like I'm talking about like your old classics, like stuff that like
Pirates of the Caribbean. Go on.
No, that was what I was going to say.
Oh, I was just saying, if Pirates of the Caribbean ever came back, I don't think I could really look at it as an exclusive Disney set. It's Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a bit like Star Wars. I know what Bonnie's trying to say. It's like there's loads of wonderful classics that they could do, and they've got so many classics they could design sets based on. They are punching under their weight a little bit, Disney. Lady and the Tramp you could have,
like there's something for it like that would cover everyone. If they brought out like something like Lady and the Tramp, you would get like Disney fans, but also people that love dogs, and like you could there's like a classic Disney film that resonates with pretty much everyone on this earth. If anyone
101 Dalmatians, Aristocrats.
Lion King, loads of people love Lion King, and like it's just but
I think Disney lately has had a bit of an identity crisis with making all their classics into live action, which but I mean the upside is you potentially obviously you had the Peter Pan sort of little diorama.
We were grateful for that. Thank you.
That's the first of many.
Like Oliver, please, sir, can I have some more?
Have some more? Yeah, literally. That went through my head when I was ranting about this in our little private chat. I was like, like honestly, just like, just
please, sir, can I have some more? I've only got a whole room full of it already. It must be.
But like Bonnie was saying, like looking at the list of Star Wars sets that we know it's going to come out. We've got the list of Star Wars sets. We know that's coming out. We've got the list of Harry Potter sets. We know that's coming out. This huge list. And yet we still don't even know what our D2C set is on top of what we already know is coming.
Yeah.
Same for
Star
Star
Why
Wars.
have the IP if they're not going to like use it? Like use it. You know what I mean? Like I just don't get it. And like these kind of like outdated leaks and like rumors, they're just not convincing enough. Like for me to be, happy. And I do really hope the Donald Duck one doesn't happen. Like based on the pictures that someone put together, I was like, that is terrifying.
And if you had the two-tone bricks, like Chris was saying, you could make Cinderella's dress in pink and blue. So,
you mean Aurora?
Aurora, Aurora's Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, that'd be so good. Yeah. See, there's the ideas out there. There's so much they could do. But and there's something for everyone. It's like if they did the Maleficent's dragon, people that like to collect dragons. There's a dragon, like. And then obviously the mini.
They are doing Maleficent's dragon, though, aren't they? They're doing.
We don't. Oh, I've not seen it.
Oh, they could do Peach Dragon. I love Peach Dragon.
Oh, Peach! I thought you said peach. I was like,
I
heard peach too. It's like
Pete. Yeah, Pete. But the old Peach Dragon, not the new one.
Yeah. That would be really cool as well.
Peach's Dragon. That must be out of one of the films I haven't seen yet.
Wow.
Got myself in a right depressed state now. Make me sad.
How you know?
Were we meant to really defend this? Like, because I don't think I did I didn't think I did Harry Potter justice. Are we meant to be like defending it or something? Because I was really going to go down the route of I think Harry Potter could be like Star Wars.
Yeah, it could.
Is that room filled with wacky tobacco? What is that? What?
I think the only thing I'd say about Harry Potter, and I might have maybe should have said this as like a slight criticism to it, is that because I know Harry Potter really well because I read all the books, watched all the films and stuff like that. It's probably like my next nerd theme to Disney, but like, you know, when you're like, because I think the sets look amazing and how you can like make basically Hogwarts, you could do like Hogsmeade and all this kind of thing. But my issue is that like there's still a reasonable price for these sets, for example, the new Owlery, but really for like a hardcore Harry Potter fan who wants to like really make their whole thing complete, which was what I would want to do, you'd have to buy like maybe 2 or 3 to like, we'll say modularize it to make it more work, you know, like
absolutely not. You shouldn't say modularize.
Yeah, I'm enclosing it so it's a proper tower. Like,
I'm scared to use the word now.
Right. Well, we've already realised that Ollie doesn't know crap about anything. So,
wow.
You said something that really annoyed me. And I can't remember what it was now. But like, that's what I would want to do. Like a Harry Potter, like I feel like is like Star Wars and Lego. Like you can, I don't know how people are collecting more than one of those themes because there's so much. And like I feel like if you, especially with Harry Potter, if you're collecting Harry Potter Lego, you need to be collecting them all because it's just like they all click in with each other and like it looks better. I think it would probably look better that way. But yeah, I feel like with those kind of sets, the ones that they're bringing out, I can't remember what the price points are for them because I don't buy them. But like you need like a couple at least to make it like its full glory, if you like.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, any set can be fleshed out, couldn't it? I mean, you could buy 2 or 3 of every set. Privet Drive, the Burrow, Grimmauld Place just behind me. Yeah. You could.
The Ministry of Magic is a weird one. Like, did you not think that looked a bit strange when that first got?
The Ministry of
Magic, yeah.
The Ministry of Magic, yeah. It's just an arch.
Yeah.
So, but it's still a great set, but it is an arch. But no question they're going to reintroduce that set. I can see it being an expansion, so like Diagon Alley. So you could have the main section of it, you could have all the different offices, you could have the halls of prophecy and so on. I could see that being really part of a new expansion, 2 or 3 years down the line. But I know it's no, I'm looking at it, it's still perfect. No, you get a list of you get a good array of minifigures that are all exclusive to that set.
This is why it would be good for you to do some like Harry Potter Lego review content, because I'm not like, and I'm not trying to pick a fight clearly, but like I just genuinely I'm not convinced. But I would like to know why you would argue that it is perfect as it is, because maybe I've not considered something.
And it's,
you know what I mean?
It's
like,
modular as well. You can move.
That is modular.
It's got green masonry bricks as well.
Look, it's in a different color.
But you should see Topic Bricks. Topic Bricks did amazing mock of it.
Yeah.
If you got a chance to watch it, it's brilliant.
All right.
It cost about £2,000 if you wanted to, if Lego was ever to release it, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah, no, he does a lot of Harry Potter stuff. He's into it. So, and then Trevor there, congratulations, Bonnie, on your channel. Reached 1K, amazing achievement, just fabulous and very well deserved. Yes, very
Thank
good.
you.
Hey,
Although I might not be at 1K now. I think Ollie's maybe unsubbed. He's like,
I haven't done no such thing.
So that's what you see with modular, right?
Yeah. Have some of that. How do you know them apples?
I want Chris's review of that thing there. That is one I'll watch. The shows are out of. I'll tell you what, Chris, if you don't do it as a video, we'll give you like 30 seconds or a minute and you can do it on a live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I will do that. That means I have to buy it, wouldn't I?
Well, I
I don't
mean,
intend
you
to buy it. I don't.
Harry Potter's perfect. That's by default day one, isn't it?
So you're pumping into money into that theme, so they'll keep dishing them out for you. So
yeah, there's no perfect theme. There is no perfect theme.
There could be.
What did I miss between you and Ollie?
You said something mean.
Watch on the
Yeah, what did I say?
I can't remember, but
I was winding
really
you up about Disney. It's too easy though. You set it up so easily.
Can't remember what it was now. Can anyone in the chat remember? Because I actually can't.
I think a bit earlier, Ollie was very concisely defining a modular.
We don't need to go into that.
That's what the clips are for. We'll do that later.
You better not clip that, Matt. I won't be on for a few weeks if I see that on Instagram.
What was the time code on that? 243, 45.
Get Trev to make like a really cool little trailer for Mock Heads next Wednesday as well. Just all getting really raged about it.
Oh, that could be brilliant. You could just take the sound bite out of what he was talking about and then just have 2 minifigs there. Or his minifig, and Gaz is sort of slowly moving away. Like,
I know who's going to get banned from the chat next week.
We'll need to ask Gaz in the chat next week when you are streaming. Be like, what's your take on modular?
Yeah. How would you define mocking a modular?
I would just kick him out if he said it was about having different levels.
Let's do winding her up over Disney. You haven't got a cat and mouse chance. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're starting to get up against 3 hours. I know we've talked next to nothing about new releases. Obviously, we've got the London phone box. Anybody thoughts?
It doesn't look like it looks quite small to me. I just don't. It looks nice, but I've just got no interest in it really.
No one's going to guess why I'm annoyed by it.
Because it's not Disney?
No. No. If you Google the most northern UK phone box, you will find that there's one that looks exactly like it, but it's in Scotland because they're not all in just London. They could have called it.
This model, I saw someone geeking out about it on Facebook or Instagram. Apparently, this model was predominantly found in London. It is like the London phone box because it's like the Mark II or something, whereas the Mark V was the one that was found around the rest of the country. But they look exactly the same.
They could have called it the British phone box.
Another reason why you should get Ministry of Magic, you do get one with it. There you go. There's another reason why you should buy Ministry of Magic. You do get a telephone box. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Printed piece there, and the door opens like that. Got a telephone in there. Look, there you go.
Yeah.
See, this is what we come to expect from the perfect theme. Disney take
They've already done it. They need to get the phone box.
Yeah, I find it funny how they're trying to also market it as just a phone holder. I'm like,
yeah, that was
Like,
it's
stick a wireless charger on it, then I'm done. But,
it's a bit like the what do you call it? The helmet that came out, the Marvel one.
The pencil holder.
It was like
Star-Lord.
they finished designing it and went, that could double as a pencil holder. So they just threw it. It was I don't really think it was part of.
And you're not going to put the London phone box. That's quite a lot of real estate it would take up on your desk, like for a phone holder. You're not going to put that on your desk, surely.
Greg might.
Yeah, I mean, obviously some people are going to love it, and Greg's got to be one of them people. But I don't know. I kind of like the idea of making it multi-purpose, like that pencil holder. I mean, I'd never use it as a pencil holder because it is a bit odd. But I like the idea. I like the intention behind it.
But maybe you can modularize it and take the lid off, and then you put the pencils in. And then that's your pencil holder. Shut the door.
Put it on a Mills plate, you're done.
Then it would be modular because you put it in your city because it's on a Mills plate that could go in with the rest of it.
It'd be really big next to your figs, though, wouldn't it? It's the wrong.
Yeah. I'm shrine to it. So, I think we mentioned Sonic, Harry Potter. Apparently, there's an Inside Out 2 set coming. Something.
I don't really know what that's about. It's just like it's something to do with all the emotions. Like even even listening in on the leaks on that, the few people that talked about it, there wasn't a lot of information about it, and I was like, again, I might just buy it because I need to buy something with Disney on it because I'm just like getting withdrawals. Like I really know what it is. Like
what one was this? Sorry, I was reading Trev's comment.
Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
Oh
Disney
yeah.
Pixar. Like it's just because there's a new film coming out, so I don't know if it's just like I don't know. It's probably that like Disney have been in touch with Lego, being like, "Oh hey, we have a new film coming out. Could you like do a set for it?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll put something together." Like I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it's like figs. The figs might be cool.
Yeah, I wonder if the figs would be good.
Might be just a fig buy.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's covered off the main sort of things there. I guess we'll just do a quick run around what people managed to build and what you got coming up on your socials. Let's start with Mad. How'd you get on?
Yeah, well,
your camper van.
There's a camper van, and it's got a little interior.
Ooh.
So just a little little coffee maker at the back, a little table and chairs. Here's your figs, little family.
Family there, little baby.
Yeah. So yeah, nice little build. Add it to my city cars collection that I seem to be getting. Yeah. As for socials, I was supposed to stream last week, but obviously that went out the window. Stuff came up, so I will be streaming this weekend because I do want to actually build another city thing. I'm actually going to build the burger van on stream, and then I will actually try the Twitch thing, which is what I was supposed to do last weekend. But yeah, so we'll do the whole we'll try the dual streaming thing to see if that works. Yeah, so it might be a bit experimental, but yeah, hoping to do that this Saturday around 1, I think. Yeah,
Saturday around 1 o'clock. Okay, then great. We'll look out for that. And Monarch is there. Ooh, I'll have that one, Martin. So with that there. And Ollie, how did you get on with your build? And when can we come and ask you more questions about modularizing?
I've built a mausoleum.
So cool.
Cool. I like the chicken on top.
yeah. Got little parrots. It's quite bright. You can't really see it. It's got parrots as well on the front. Yeah, so that's going to go on the mock.
Oh yeah. I can see. Oh yeah, that's sort of like the ornamentation. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, hopefully it looks dilapidated enough. Yeah. So that's what I've done. Specials, don't know. I'll be on here next week. I think, what's the date next week? Week after next, I can't make it. But yeah, next week I shall be on here. And otherwise, seeing what happens. Carrying on with this mock, try and get that finished.
Mock heads on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that's the big one. Mock heads on Wednesday. 8 o'clock on YouTube, 8 o'clock UK time. We've got a guest. We've got Alberto, Sky Guy 365. So that's really looking forward to that.
Wicked.
Yeah, even Monarch's there.
I got so confused.
It's late. It's 11:30. It's gone way past my bedtime.
Like, God, Ollie, you led into it. It's like, when can we come and ask you questions about modularizing things? Like,
not on Wednesday because I won't entertain that question.
You've done one stream and you've already banned questions. Oh.
I would do no streams and still ban
it. You're not dying on this hill very well.
For this stream.
Cool. All right then. One brick stud. How'd you get on this evening? with your little tails playing in that. Oh,
Cool.
It is cool, isn't it?
There we go. Yeah, just built this. It's so good. You get other like little accessories. You get like this little, I don't know, where Tails keeps his tools and so on, and some really nice side builds. But obviously the main focus is obviously the Tails' tornado. And I absolutely love it. The amount of times that we had to get through a level on Sega Sonic when you had to be on top of the plane is, you know, it just brings me back to my childhood. And you know, you get a good Sonic minifigure there where he's winking, so it's slightly different to the Sonic figure that came in the egg bots that I was building last week. And then you got Tails, which I think is the star of the show. And it's just like, it's so good. And you're interested in seeing how he sits in. It's just like that.
So is he actually sitting or is he more standing?
He stands.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Has he got the shoulder legs? Yeah.
He got short legs. And
is the tail like a separate part, or is that part of the torso?
It's separate.
Oh,
it is very cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, and it's such a good set. It's on sale at the moment, and you don't want to get this one. You can get it in the other set that's got Amy Rose in it. So they're on. There's two sets with Tails.
Yeah, it's like some little quasi workshop or something. I want to say. But yeah. So anyhow, yep.
And socials, nothing too much really, you know, in regards to Instagram and so on. But next week I'm on here again, and this Sunday I'm on Fab Blondie stream with Fab Blondie and Nicole, Lady McBrick.
Brilliant, excellent. And Trevor's in there. Sonic 6, just next level. You've taken up from your standard Harry Potter, Chris, and Nicholas. Depending upon how you emphasize that, it's like just the standard Harry Potter.
I think it's going to be it for
Sonic.
I think it's going to be this for the next couple of weeks, really. I mean, next week, well, I'll let you know on Instagram actually what's building next week, but next 2 or 3 weeks will be Sonic related, and then that'll be what? Because it will be no time at all. It'll be in February, really, and then it's the big build up for March the 1st, where there is some new Harry Potter sets. I'm definitely be purchasing day one. So yeah.
Brilliant, excellent. Well, we look forward to seeing that as they come along. And Bonnie's Bricks, how'd you get on with your builds?
I've finished mine. Well, finished them a wee while ago now, it feels like. Oh, why is this not going back on now? Well, anyway, these two builds here, very different. So this is the Dreamzzz Narwhal Hot Air Balloon, which I absolutely love. As I said, I think this is maybe my favorite build of the year so far, because the colors, like the build techniques, the parts, and just like the price as well, because we were talking about how important it is to mention the price. I managed to get this for just under £10 at game, and yeah, I just think it's well worth the money. I'm tempted to go buy another one just like for the parts. And yeah, the moving van from back when the Jazz Club came out. I've only just actually got around to building it now, because I've been working through my trucks as well, actually, sort of thing. And I'm just like trying to build like stuff in my backlog right now that can kind of all go next to other stuff. Does that make sense? Like, yeah. So yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
I just put him on there so I don't lose him. In terms of socials, I will be producing content next week, but I don't know what it'll be, because I'm doing a YouTube challenge that I've enrolled in, and I actually don't know what to then expect with it. It's like a 5-day thing starting Monday. So that's the best I can say. Like, I don't know. I imagine like the daily challenges will be like, do this today or something like that, but I don't know what that will be. But I'm just like, I was just curious to try it out. So I'll be doing that, and yeah, I'll be on. I think I'll be on next week. Can't remember. I've got quite a busy week. And
don't you have like an anniversary stream maybe?
Oh yeah.
Not just me. This is good.
Right, to be fair though, it's because my head is all thinking about we're going to London tomorrow. Like, so I've got like a full day tomorrow traveling and full on weekend down in London, so I'm just like too busy thinking about that. But yes, I have my 1 year anniversary stream. It was supposed to be on Monday when the 1 year anniversary is, but unprecedented reasons I can't actually do it on Monday or Tuesday. So I have to do it on Wednesday now. So it's been postponed to Wednesday. I don't know what I'll be doing for it. It's just more like a come along and have a chat. I've not done a stream in a while, so it'll be pretty casual. Just want to catch up with everyone, and people can come and build along, chat, and yeah. And I'll let you know how the challenge is going maybe at that point, because I'll be halfway. So that's me.
Ah, cool, excellent. That's good, and yeah, certainly have your 1 year anniversary stream at some stage there. And I think, to be fair, it's, you know, when Ollie was saying that, it's not just him. I think when you're growing a little person inside of you, it gives you a little bit more leeway on things.
Yeah.
We've all got things going on, Matt. We've all got things going on in our lives.
Yeah.
Just Brick Askew, note to self, thin ice here, dude. Thin ice. Like.
What for?
Oh, look, if you and Max want to go for it, knock yourself out.
Oh, what about? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Just joking around stuff. Cool. All right then. And yeah, speaking of anniversaries, the 1 year anniversary of this stream is actually coming up next week, and should be having along the sort of regular guys here, and also most, if not all, of the 2x4 players guys. So it should be quite a busy sort of one. Just be able to catch up and do everything there. And I'm just trying to think. Might be doing just a couple little shorts and bits and pieces as and when I can get to them. And just trying to think if there's anything else. No, that's the main things there. I saw, I think Chris was away, and then Trevor had some classic Trevor jokes. How does Sonic get a hold of Tails, Chris? He gives him a ring.
Where does he Google these jokes from?
He can't be making them up. Because of not making them up himself.
Yeah.
What part of the dark web are we scratching the bottom of the barrel? So with that, just winding up, do the usual social media stuff, share, like, subscribe. Again, a big shout out to Trevor for doing the intro and things like that. So replay it, watch it back. I think the first time it came across, I think I just sat it there on loop for about 30 or 40 times. So it was really cool with all of that. And just finishing up the poll that we had here, the results. It always goes away when you click it and come back here. When I see the same photos pasted in my social media feed, I want to, this is, you know, when the new set's released or leaked, every man's dog is just resharing the same stuff. We had 10% of people said turn off social media. 20% start unfollowing people that are doing it. 20% look at them because I can't get enough of the photos, and then other people are like, look over there, there's a squirrel. It's more important. So I think we've done that. And just a shout out to some people who are in the chat today. We had Solar Brick Builder, Too Humble, Bogle, Breast Builds, Redmond, The Bricketeer, nice to meet C Beagle 24, TJ Monarch, Delicious Foods, and there's probably some others. And Trevor was also along, which is great to see too. I think that's got most of the things I want to say covered. Anybody else want to say anything before we get out of here? We forgot.
Please, Lego, make more Disney sets for Bonnie.
Yeah.
Yes. Or Bonnie won't be so Bonnie anymore. Thanks, Trev.
Oh, was there a last minute comment which have a safe trip and fun in London. Yep, definitely. And Take care. Have a fabulous Friday. And I think with that, thanks very much for everyone being here. Replay gang, always appreciate you guys as well. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Messed up, det blir superduper!
See ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Arrivederci, Earl.